Ahoy, landlubbers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking, and welcome to a very exciting occasion, for today is September 9th, 2022. Now, 9922 doesn't have any particular meaning, but as usual, the stream started at 6 p.m. Pacific, or also known as 9 p.m. Eastern, which is to say, we've accumulated the 3 nines necessary in order to finally play 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. I'm very excited. I have cobbled together a mess to make things work. I've spent a lot of time on things, including the extremely low-rent presentation I just provided to chat. At the end of... for some context, last week I made a concerted effort to complete AI the Somnium Files, their Nirvana initiative, which is the latest game by Kotaro Uchikoshi, who also famously made the Zero Escape series, of which 999 is the first installment. And at the end of that game, there's a segment that pays, you could call it homage, or you could say it's directly lifted from the very beginning of this game. However, it's done with a character from Nirvana Initiative and the systems involved in that game. And there were some folks in chat who were like, I don't understand what this is. Should I know what this is? Is this from another game? And I just played very coy, because I knew that this week I had planned to play this game for some time. And in fact, it is the reason why I had made such an effort to complete the game last weekend. I would check that on your end. It actually looks okay to me. I know it's impossible to tell live. But also, if you think that I'm going to fix that live today after everything I've been through, you have lost your mind from watching too much Nirvana Initiative content, though I appreciate the heads up. If anyone would like to corroborate that, it'll be useful information from the future. But it looks okay to me, and also, I will kill myself if I have to do that right now, and so it's not happening. There is lots of poo on the screen. Luckily, there's no poo crack, as I once accidentally said while revealing a Squirtle on the couch behind me. We'll get to that later. It's a thing we do around here. In case this is your first time here, welcome. My name is VascoDaGamer. Not by birth, but by choice. And I love adventure games and puzzle games and escape rooms and all sorts of brainy things. This isn't to say that I'm a brainy person, I just like to think that I am. However, we will be playing 999, which is a brainy game for brainy people. There's not a whole lot of background I can give to this. I mean, you will have seen the first puzzles of this game if you were here for the end of the Nirvana Initiative stream, so it's something of a weird spoiler. It's been some time since I played this game. I make a fairly deliberate effort not to play the Zero Escape series so frequently that I memorize the puzzles so that I can continue to play and enjoy them over time. Which is to say, there will be things that I will just instinctively know and things like that, and I will try to, you know, follow through the game's logic with those, and there will be times when it seems like maybe I should already know what's going on, but, you know, it's usually at the end of the week and whatever. So yeah, for whatever reason, if I try to play this game, the launcher for this game is hot garbage. Let me say that up front. We're going to be playing the PC port of 999 through the Nonary Games collection. This is relevant, A, because the original game was created for the Nintendo DS, which will eventually become relevant, but you don't need to keep that in mind for now. The other thing is that the launcher is indeed hot garbage, and if I try to play this in 1080 by 1920 by 1080, the 16:9 resolution, it's the end of the week, it's Friday. I just said this would happen. I didn't think it'd be so soon, but here we are. If I try to play it at basically full resolution, it for some reason imports to OBS in like 4:3, which makes no sense to me. So I'm playing in a small window on my large computer after putting in some work to try and get a multiple monitor set up to work with my extremely janky Franken computer. It technically works. We're gonna deal with it. You probably won't notice a difference. It's just really dumb to me. Anything else to cover? I don't think so. Let me know if you're confused at any point. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Let's do the thing. Now, of course, I will also point out that this is one of those games, so there will be no audio unless I click into the window. So if I have to, like, move around or do something, like, we'll lose audio for a minute. That's just how it works. But yes, just to demonstrate. Ooh. I like that the options menu music happens to be Binary Game, which is one of my favorite room musics in the whole game. We'll get to stuff. We'll get there. You'll love it. Anyway, let's start playing the game, shall we? I want to save here on the only save file, because I deleted all the save files after trying to make things work. Oh, my goodness. I'm so uncomfortable today. And no, I haven't gone outside today. Not yet. I had too many things to do. Everyone who thinks that I'm going to get anything done more than I've already done, let me just dissuade you of that consideration. It has not happened, and it will not happen until the conclusion of the stream. However, another ominous countdown. I hope you didn't get your fill of them. There will be numbers. There will be puzzles. We are on a boat. I never thought we'd be on a boat. Another thing probably worth noting briefly, and I'll be very brief because I know how annoying this is. It is a visual novel. It's been adapted. There's 2 different modes. We'll talk about that a little bit more when it's not making this noise. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open.
What the?
As they adjusted to the light, he realized he didn't recognize his surroundings. Ow. With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air.
Whoa!
His balance lost and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold, gray floor.
Ouch! God damn it! Ah, what the hell? A bed? I fell pretty far. That really hurt. Damn, my eyesight's kind of blurry. Must have hit my head. No, wait. That's not it. An earthquake. But it's shaking too fast for that.
Spoken like someone who's been in an earthquake.
Anyway. Where am I?
Excellent. It finally stopped making that
stopped.
noise. I don't know what your experience was, but when I was testing that, it sure felt like that was much louder than it should have been. But yes, this game is a pretty old visual novel. The span of the Zero Escape series is a decent number of years. So this first installment in the series was originally pretty rudimentary. It did not have voice acting of any kind, not even limited voice acting. Simply sound effects for characters talking, kind of like the Phoenix Wright games. Also, it had, you know, a considerable amount of novel-style text for directed action. My understanding is that the PC port, in addition to adding voice acting, also has consolidated some of that directed action. There's 2 different modes. We're going to stay in, I think it's novel and advance or adventure. I don't know what the ADV is short for. We're going to stay in ADV because, as I understand it, where it would be relevant to look at the novel sections and get more outlined detail, it basically forces you to do that if you are in adventure mode, but the adventure mode is otherwise fairly streamlined, and with the voice acting, I think that just probably makes more sense. In addition to these details, the PC port also adds some quality of life stuff. We'll get to that later, but just generally speaking, let's say that the flowchart that we've taken for granted from all the Uchikoshi games I've played on stream thus far didn't exist. This is pretty old school, and we'll get to it. Anyway, this section will be familiar if you watched through the end of the last stream, but we're going to play through it again anyway. And we're going to have fun. It's mandatory. You're all gonna have fun. Now back to it.
What's that sound? That's 5.
5.
What's this 5 mean?
It's a very reasonable question that I feel is asked quite strangely. I feel like, I don't know, personally I feel like I'd be like, why does it say 5? Put 5 on the door. Is that important? What's this 5 mean?
It won't open. What's this? Is this keeping the door shut? Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door!
By the way, let me know if we need to adjust audio settings. It might be kind of a nuisance to do that. I did my best to adjust them to be similar to the levels we were dealing with from Nirvana Initiative. The layout of the various sound components are set up similarly, so I figured I'd try that. But other than that initial noise, which is just mixed weirdly, I don't have any reason to think that anything's going to be too far off of this space we're on, so just let me know if it's weird, we'll adjust it over time.
Huh? What the hell is this? A watch? It doesn't look like one.
No one's sick of looking at this, are they? I used this in my 2-slide slideshow that lasted 9 minutes while we waited for the stream to begin, to reveal this game, which I hadn't properly announced.
5.
5. This must mean something. Perhaps it's more than 4.
That's the same as the door. What? How do I take this off?
With considerable
Maybe
effort.
pushing something on this will work? Nothing. Damn. Guess I'll have to force it off.
It's a weird experience. I've never played the PC version of this that has the voice acting. It's been out for years now. I've seen at least parts of people playing it, but it is a new experience to me. This voice actor I am familiar with, so it'll be more weird when we get to some of the other characters, I suspect. Anime, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I saw your post on the Discord about the extremely long Uno stream. Is it one continuous game, or are they just continuing to play different rounds of Uno? It's implied I'm trying to remove my watch.
No good. This stupid thing won't come off.
This is what's gonna happen when Apple takes over the world.
What the hell is the deal with this thing? Where am I? And why the hell am I here? Why? What the hell happened to me? My head.
I feel like I ask myself that every morning. It's one continuous game. That's kind of impressive. I feel like, in theory, I understand how you get one game to last that long, but, like, certainly never seen anyone try it. Also, hello, Angel. Welcome to the stream.
Huh. This is... Hold on. Am I on a ship?
I never thought I'd be on a ship.
I can't see anything. If only it wasn't so dark outside. Huh? What the... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What the hell is going on here? What the hell? God damn it! Hey! Anyone! Is anyone there?
Even though the music in the Zero Escape series as a whole is pretty atmospheric and discordant and frankly like a little depressing, it cheers me up to listen to it. Even if there's a lot of like water noises.
Come on, if you're there, say something! It's not stopping. Not good. Not good at all. I need to find a way out, and fast.
Love that sound effect. Seek a way out. I guess I'll state for the record that, much like Phoenix Wright, I first discovered 999 in particular from the Let's Plays of a YouTuber who originally went by Fwandon, But now his channel's been rebranded to Visual Novelties, or Visual Novelty Singular, I recall off the top of my head. And this was, you know, back in my college days when I didn't have money to afford games and didn't play too many of them. And other than Phoenix Wright, I hadn't really heard of visual novels. And, like, he happened to play this on his channel. And, I don't know, it lives rent-free in my head to this day, the way that he'd start every escape sequence in this game with, "Seek a way out." And then, at the end, when you complete the task, you will get, "You found it." But he always said, "You found it!" And it just resonates forever. Anyway. So, again, this game was originally released on the Nintendo DS, which means that it had 2 screens. There's probably gonna be some learning curve to me figuring out exactly how this game wants me to address that. Operations during an escape. During an escape, you're restricted to an area. Your goal? Search around to uncover how to unlock the door. There are items and hints in the room that will help you escape. Click on a location you find suspicious to search the room. Use Q or E to move around the room. Ooh, I'm gonna have fun with that. By which I mean, I am not going to adapt to that quickly. Alright. We found Q and E. Let's look at about items. Once you've obtained an item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Clicking item at the top left will take you to the item screen. So here's a menu of sorts. Search the item. An old picture frame. There's a picture of a ship in it. There's screws keeping the back on. Whee! Okay, great. Investigate with an item. The item visible in the lower left is the item currently in hand. When you close the item screen, the last selected item will be in hand. If you hold an item while investigating the room, you may trigger a reaction. Try switching out items in hand and search different places. Click the item icon or press V to change quickly between items. I feel like I'm going to be clicking and not remembering V. What have we here? Note from bulletin board. Red triangle, red outline of triangle, blue outline of triangle, error. Got it. No further questions. Just kidding. The note's got those shapes and colors. Okay, I thought we were gonna get more than that. I'm sorry to hear about the wildfires, Angel. They just seem to be more and more prevalent these days. But having experienced quite a few of them now living in Southern California, I know that they can be rough to get through. In my position, I'm grateful that, like, finally it will stop being, like, 105 plus degrees every day for a minute. Because that's been true for, like, 10 straight days or something like that. There's a towel next to the sink. Got it. Cool. Oh, I'm at the furthest E I can possibly be. Nope. I need to back out first. I'm zoomed in. Very well. This all somehow feels more intuitive to me through the DS and the touchscreen, but, you know, again, we'll adjust to it. Don't worry. Well, I can reach this bunk. Might as well look through it. Huh? Nothing here. How about this one? Ooh. Memo from bed. Filled in blue square, blue outline of triangle. Filled in red triangle, red outline of square. It's got those shapes and colors. Nice. Cool. There's an arrow that goes all the way across the paper. It's red under the red symbols and blue under the blue ones. Remember this. Okay. What else do I need? Let's check over here. I don't think I can do anything there yet. Let's see if there's anything in here. Ooh, I'm already looking at blue key. Give me blue key. Key? Yep, that's a key, all right. A little blue one. Neat, I have a little blue key. Okay. And, What? Let's go over here. Ooh, now I have a small red key. I'm very excited about all these keys. Not a particularly exciting description now.
This key.
Yeah, so if it hasn't become clear, even in the PC version, in the escape room segments tend not to have voice acting. I'm fairly certain there will be exceptions to this, but like hopefully that makes sense and isn't jarring. I feel like it won't be. You also don't know what to expect for the most part, those of you in chat, so I don't even know why I'd bother to make the distinction. And yet here we are.
Huh. Oh, what's up with my face?
Again, a question I find that I must ask myself every morning.
I look like a zombie. Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? I left work, headed back to my apartment, and...
Yeah?
I'm back. Not like anyone will respond.
I mean, why say it then? I feel like that's on you.
Today. Huh? A breeze. Huh, that's weird. Did I leave that open?
I don't know, I feel like you'd remember, but I've done weird stuff before.
Everything looks okay. I must have forgotten to close it.
I'm sure that's fine. Less sure about that being fun.
Who are... I can't...
And see.
Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen. You are going to participate in a game. The nunnery game.
Ooh, the nunnery game. Games are fun. Is this going to be a fun game?
It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
That sounds not necessarily like the fun kind of game.
That's right. That guy with the gas mask. That son of a bitch must have taken me here. When I get my hands on him...
Terror? No, because you can kind of understand what they're saying.
Well, I guess there's no way to know if that was a man or not. Just who was that? They said, you have been chosen. What the hell is going on? Why me?
You won the lottery. The Bad Day Lottery. It's not a good prize.
You are going to participate in a game.
You know, I feel like keeping this precise scene in mind, perhaps it should have been less surprising to me that in the first AI, the Somnium Files game, there's a scene where, like, a character tells you the backstory on someone important, and then later on they're like, do you remember that time I told you? And then recites the entire backstory of that person, and then you still get the flashback where they recite the whole backstory on that person? We did just see this.
The nunnery game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
The nunnery game. Huh. What the hell is a nunnery game? God damn it!
Alright, now that we've kind of established who we are a little bit, we got some keys. We'll travel. I need the... There it is. I forgot that was a cabinet. This will be important, because now we must combine our ship picture with screwdriver to DNA digivolve into a clue. A cipher of sorts. Rotating is hard, man. Oh, you know what? That'll do. Okay, so here's the dealio, right? We can see over here are two pieces of paper. So, if we take a look at these things, we will find that this one up here, top right one, we've got 7, 4, 6, 3, and this other one, on the bottom left, we have 0, 2, 8, 5. I could zoom in on them to make it a little bit easier, but, like, if you do that, then you can't really see the other things. So, personally, I recommend just trying to, like, look at... because they're rendered in such a way you can tell what's on them. Now, we haven't quite finished solving this puzzle yet, because we have 2 pieces of paper with 4 numbers. And let's go take a look at why we have those things. The game is going to explain to me how to combine items. This is important. Hold on a sec. Select Combine on the item screen to combine 2 items. If the 2 items can be combined, you will receive a new item. If they cannot, then nothing will happen. Try out different combinations of items you find in your search. Screwdriver, huh? Wonder why that's here. I wonder indeed. Alright. Take a look at red briefcase. And let's put red key in. There's a lock on the briefcase. It won't budge. Let's see if there's anything in the keyhole. Guess I'm probably gonna need a key for this lock before I can put in any numbers. Let's try it. Alright, stick the red key in here, and it's still not opening. In fact, it's not doing anything at all. Well, alright, I take that back. I guess I can move the dial now. So it looks like I'm gonna have to put in the right numbers, and then turn the key. If I do that, this thing should pop right open. Hi, Ice Bunny, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. I am, because I'm playing one of my favorite games instead of a game that ends up disappointing me, like basically all the things I stream. Let's give it a shot. Mini-games! During an escape, your investigation may trigger one of several mini-games. All operations for the mini-games are done by clicking the screen. Some mini-games will require you to manipulate something, while others will only require you to apply the right object or click the right thing. While an accurate description, it's not a precise one. Operation instructions. Clicking the dial will cause it to move to the next number. Enter 4 numbers this way, and then click the key. If the numbers are correct, it will unlock. Alright, now it would be nice if we could consult our solved puzzles, but... Oh, I would like to see my items. Welcome to the stream, Alcadius, and thank you for the 61-month resub. Have one of these! Ah, I've made a mess. I've gotten confetti all over the Zero Escape game. Hope you're doing well, Alcadius. And so, we've narrowed down our inventory somewhat. We used a key and a screwdriver and all that. But if we take a look at these 2 pieces of paper, even though we've solved individually what the 4 numbers on each one is, as I mentioned, there's another step to this. Because if you enter all 4 of those numbers in either the red or, spoiler alert, the also blue briefcase that has been visible, if you enter one of these straight across, it's not going to do anything for you. What you need to do is take half from each paper. You need all the blue numbers for the blue case and all the red numbers for the red case. And how do you know what the sequence of those numbers is? It's actually quite easy. There's a little arrow running across the bottom. So you want everything to start at the end that doesn't have the arrow bit, because the arrow bit tells you what direction it goes in. So you take the first 2 red ones from this, and the second 2 red ones from this, and invert for blue. And luckily I have these written down from having completed this puzzle in the end of the Nirvana initiative. So, the red case, and as we've been going, I've checked to make sure that these numbers weren't altered and still apply, and they seem as though they should. And there will be some note-taking for sure during this. I don't actually recall off the top of my head. I don't think 999 had a note feature, but the second game in the series, Virtue's Last Reward, had a note feature that was available at essentially all times. And in fact would keep a persistent memory of what you had written in your note, even between, like, scenes, over kind of a ridiculous amount of time. Turn that key. Yes, I unlocked it. It's opening. Stack of red key cards. Look at them rotate. Actually, I should probably... I'm gonna need that, but like also... search it. They look like key cards. There's a number on each one. 1, 2, and 3. Alright. Now, let's go open the other case, the blue one. Doesn't matter what I do, it won't budge. Guess it's locked. Just like the red briefcase. Put in the thing. And nothing. Guess I'm gonna need to put in some sort of code. Don't worry, fam. I got you. 0, 2, 6, 3. Ta-da. Alright, let's see if these numbers work. A turn of the key, and it's working! Yes! Alright, let's open it up. Yes, it opened. Looks like there's something in here. What is this? A file? File screen. If you find any documents or notes during an escape, the information contained in them will be available on the file screen. Press enter to open the file screen. I'm gonna struggle with this. This will be the trial of Vasco in this remake that I have not physically played. Alright, let's see what's in the file. Digital root. Let's see here. Compute a digital root with the following steps. First, add all the numbers in question to one another. You end up with something greater than a single-digit number, then add the digits to one another again. For instance, if you have a double-digit number, add the number in the tens place to the number in the ones place. Keep adding digits in this manner until you have a single-digit answer. That final single digit is your digital root. Example, the digital root of 6, 7, 8, which would be 21. Then you combine the tens and ones place, 2 and 1, together to make 3. That is your digital root. The digital root of 1, 2, 3, 4 would be 79, 10. And then you add the tens and ones placed together, just get 1. Therefore, the digital root of 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1. I see. So I just keep adding numbers until I get a single-digit number. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. A notebook, a pen, and a calculator. And a stack of key cards. Huh. Let's search these too. Looks like some key cards. With the numbers 6, 7, and 8 written on them. Does that mean something? Let's hope so. Is it gonna tell me how to, like, use the calculator and stuff? New material has been added to the file screen. Calculator. Press enter to open the calculator screen. The calculator can also calculate a digital root, which will be important to the progression of the story. This description lacks subtlety. So can I do that from a screen like this? No, it interprets that as a click. So, if I back out to neutral screen, then I do this? No. Is it not enter? What else would be the arrow? Is it literally right arrow? Oh, it's literally right arrow. That's different. So file screen controls. Where's the calculator? Oh. There's a specific screen I should be able to find, but can't currently. Oh no, it wants left for calculate. I misinterpreted that. So the only reason I want to bring this up is because it does have a digital root button, which is neat. Digital roots aren't, like, the hardest thing in the world to calculate, but, like, if it's the end of the week and it's Friday, you can just put in whatever and then digital root and it just tells you. And that's great. It's a neat feature. I like that it does that, and I'm glad that that is still here. Just a lot of this table is just ruined. My goodness. Alright, so let's take a look at this device now, since it's like the only thing we haven't really interacted with yet. These cards with numbers on them. Pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to use them. Alright, let's slide these cards and see if they work. And... Huh? It's not working. Why? Dang it. No. No, that's right. I still have cards I haven't used. Oh, does it make me combine them? I did not remember that particular thing. Oh no, that's a shortcut. Item. Oh, I guess I was on red. I thought it was on blue. Action. No, it doesn't like that. So then does it just want me to try other cards? Aren't any more cards in here. I've only got one other hint. Of course! The files. The file said something about a digital root. A digital root. The digital route, huh? Hey, Castle Art, welcome to the stream. Arcadia says, is a 0 escape hex or a single escape hex better? I think it depends on the context. I mean, a single escape hex isn't very exciting, but is sometimes very helpful if you're in a sky town, such as Basel. If you had a 0 escape hex that worked similarly, and we're in this current situation that this game has suggested to us, it would be extremely helpful. And you'll learn why later, probably. But, yeah. What am I supposed to do with... There's a 5 on the door. Do I have to get a digital route of 5? I'm not really sure about this. Whatever, it's worth a shot. Let's see if this works. I'll just slide the cards to give me the digital route of 5 through the reader. Operating instructions. Click 3 cards to select them. The digital route of the selected cards will be displayed. Clicking reset will deselect currently selected select. After you've selected 3 select device. Echo says, you can't escape if there's 0 escape. But the whole point of that title is that it's a pun. You're also hoping to escape from 0. Alright, so, we want a digital route of 5, which generally speaking means we probably want 15 since we're not dealing with like super big numbers. Or 14 rather. Because then 1 and 4 will become 5. So, we could do 7, 6, and 1. Because, you know, that's basically 7 and 7. And then we pull that lever. Alright, I think this is gonna work. There we go, that's a new noise. Huh? Did it just unlock? Well, the light was red and now it's blue. No doubt about it. There's nothing keeping me in here now. Time to go! Now I have to back out of the screen and then use the door, even though I can see the door. You found it. It's loud and wet in here.
Ow! My head.
I got a lot of respect for this guy. This isn't like a super easy... There's a lot of raw emotion that comes from the character of Junpei. I've been impressed so far. There's already been a lot to deal with.
Wait, is it over?
I'm sure it's over. Ooh. We put our life on the line in that one room, and I'm sure that's everything that was meant from that threatening message in our flashback.
That felt too much like being flushed down a toilet. Damn.
You know, that's a pretty good point. We basically got toileted.
Well, better than drowning, I guess. Am I in a hallway? Oh. A door. Another door.
This one doesn't have a number or that weird thing on it, though. Maybe it'll just open.
Damn this water. Come on. Let me go. Oh, yes. It opened. What the hell?
Now, this isn't too much of a spoiler, because we go into it relatively early on, and in fact, I'm not actually going to make the spoiler. I'm going to allow you to make the spoiler for yourself. You may have seen a feature film in which there is a staircase that looks something like this. It will tell you a little bit something about what's going on. But you'd have to recognize it from that movie, or perhaps from another context.
This is the inside of a ship? Well... yeah, that's what I thought. This is totally, Wait, what the hell?
More water!
Oh, shit! Shit! I gotta get out of here! Sea deck.
I've missed the running footsteps that the Zero Escape games love so much. There will be so many more footsteps and I will enjoy them. This implied we went upstairs.
Hurry! Hurry! A-deck's next. What?
Look! We're not alone!
People.
Or perhaps persons.
A lot of people.
I guess it's another one of us now.
A dancer?
That's like the thing that's the first thing you could say to a person.
No, I'm not. You better get moving.
Oh, well, okay then.
Chad's picked up on it. These stairs are similar to the reproduction made of the Titanic for the movie Titanic. What that means? Well, we have yet to figure that out. But because that, as far as I know, that is based on historically what the Titanic looked like, you might have just known that that's what the Titanic looked like.
Silver hair?
Huh? One of us, huh?
What?
Nothing.
Going up won't do you any good. There are 2 doors, but neither of them will open.
Wait, hold on. The doors won't open?
Come on! Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry!
That's 9 of us then. All of the cards are in hand.
Wait! They're gone.
I love this game.
Just what is going on? There's an old man like a lion, a girl with pink hair, and a prince, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
Just out of curiosity, I think most of this is not spoken out loud, but like Junpei's. Oh no, it's like literally listed as dialogue. Alright. It's an interesting observation, Angel. Let's find out together if that means anything. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything too badly for chat. I'm familiar with the game. I know there's some in chat who are familiar with the game, but I know most of my regulars have not played or seen the Zero Escape games played, and so I want people to appreciate them and all their twists and turns the way they're sort of intended for the most part.
Huh?
This is no worries, Angel. It's not even really a spoiler. I just don't want to discuss what it means. But yeah, this type of conversation, this is why I don't have a lot of friends. Huh? Woo!
What was that all about?
What was that all about?
Hey! What the hell are you just standing there for?
I like, if you notice, we're ascribing names to these characters based on physical appearance, which, you know, is a thing I feel like you do. But I appreciate Mountain.
Did you hear him? The doors on A deck are no good. We gotta check the doors on B deck. Got it? Now go!
Whoa.
Hey, man, that was dangerous.
Guys, I like just got up. I'm super groggy and I hit my head and I'm not having a great time.
And this one says 5.
They're the same. The room I woke up in had a number on the door just like that.
You too, eh? My cell was the same. A number upon the door. I opened it, ran down the hallway outside, and found myself in a rather grand room full of stairs, as I suspected the rest of you.
Me too.
Same for me. There was a door with a number on it.
Yes, we all saw the same thing. That's not important. We need to hurry.
Look, guys, the shield is not important. The talisman is important. She's right.
You think I don't know that, lady? Open! Damn it! Fuck, it's not opening. This damn thing won't even budge.
Out of my way!
Yeah, I think if Mountain isn't getting through there, we're probably not breaking it by force. Also, it's like a
Body
big,
slam from a guy that
riveted
big
steel
didn't even
door.
budget. There must be some other way.
Hey, this looks similar but different.
Just like the device next to the door in that room earlier.
Ah, okay. So our internal monologue is represented by jellyfish video game damage lines. So I'll keep that in mind, I guess.
So that means this door is probably locked too. But still...
Damn it! Are
I
there
tried
any
nothing and
other
I'm out of
doors?
ideas. Actually, Angel, I'm grateful for you making the reference because I intended to make a statement on what my intention was about spoilers. And I'm not going to police super hard, but like I said, my intention is generally just sort of let it speak for itself. And I'm like super here for theory crafting and whatever. You can't spoil me on this game, so like you all do whatever you want. All right, we're novel screen. He'd scarcely taken a step when, at the top of the stairs, next to an ornate clock embedded in the wall, he saw a person, which is remarkable in that we hadn't seen any people. Just kidding, we had, but that's not what was important. It was a girl. She looked like she looked to be the same age as Junpei. He froze, unable to look away from her face. He wasn't confounded by her beauty or something equally silly. No, there was another reason he couldn't take his eyes off the girl. Junpei had seen her somewhere before. He couldn't quite remember where, but he knew. He knew he'd met her before. The girl, too, stared at Junpei, similarly stunned. Her response suggested she'd seen him before as well. Again, a lot of respect to the voice actors here. There's a lot of, like, Japanese-style ellipses. These interpretations of the Japanese sounds work better than I would expect them to.
Huh?
Without saying a word, Junpei walked slowly towards her. He touched her face and received $5 American. She didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. It's really... Personally, I don't recommend stepping on a girl's landing before you've bought her dinner. I don't know exactly what that means, but it just sounds a little forward. No sooner had he set his foot down than the whole ship shook a second time. The quake caught the girl unprepared and she fell.
Out!
Moving on instinct, Junpei leapt to catch her. Or so he thought.
Oh.
Her face was far closer than it should have been, mere inches from his own. She could be referred to as close face.
Yeah.
He was flat on his back and she had landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and neither one had purchased dinner. Her face suggested she still hadn't fully recovered from seeing him. For a moment, that seemed to stretch for a very long time. They stared at one another. The ship stopped shaking. Everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly at the walls and ceilings, but eventually that faded as well. The silence was complete, a thick, muffling blanket. At last, the girl opened her mouth.
Oh my gosh! Is that you, Jumpy?
Jumpy. Jumpy? Her words echoed through Junpei's head. Suddenly, his memory returned.
Akane.
Why hadn't he realized it before? The girl was Akane Kurashiki. She and Junpei had been friends in childhood. They'd gone to elementary school together for 6 years. But what was she doing on the ship? An odd question to ask when we don't know what we're doing on the ship. Her soft eyes were only inches away from his own. He could feel the warmth of her face. Feelings he'd thought long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. It almost sounded like that was like the lead up to a goofy yuck. That's what it says. Junpei, have you ever heard of the Bader-Meinhof effect? Yeah. I mean, Uchikoshi games are pretty shameless in this, but we gotta ease our way into it. Eventually we'll have people asking absurd questions like that. Don't worry, we'll get there. Could feel his face heating up. At that moment, we reverted to the ADV screen. Alright, I'm interested in everyone's opinion as to whether this iteration of Zero's voice is more annoying than Terror's voice from the end of Nirvana Initiative. Spoiler alert, spooky person is named Zero. It's, I mean, we're gonna find out in like 2 seconds, but like, it important.
What?
What's that voice?
2 seconds. I wish my invitation had gotten lost in the mail.
This is... that guy in the gas mask!
Look, I liked Titanic and all, but like, it's already like 2 hours. I don't feel like I needed to be trapped on the Titanic.
Hey, asshole! What the hell is this? Come on out here. I want to get a look at you.
What do you mean to do to us?
I'm inclined to agree, Sarah. I feel like the voice distortion is enough. It's not the best voice distortion I've ever heard. It's not as bad as Terror, in my opinion. But this particular background noise feels unnecessary and grating. I am. I know this one. Although it's a weird comment if that isn't directed to the player, huh? That someone in this game would know the game?
Nonary game.
What the hell's that?
What is he talking about?
Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check this out.
Oh, I thought that was a banana.
Hey, I got one too.
Oh, no, it's... never mind, it's rules.
Then it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us each with a letter.
Hey, remastered version of 999, if Zero's not talking, you don't need to make this noise.
Would you mind terribly reading it to us, young man?
On this ship, you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers. We will call them the numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same.
Interesting that it presumes that you would read this only at this moment. If anyone happened to find these rules on their person in the room that they started in, you'd just be like, what? Well, no, I guess you have a numbered door there too, don't you?
The key to opening these numbered doors are the numbered bracelets that each of you possess.
Although there wouldn't be 2 of them, so that'd still be a little weird.
Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute.
That's an ominous rule. All who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute.
So this thing on my arm is a bracelet.
Certainly not telling the time.
Is simple. Leave this ship alive.
Well, you know, I appreciate a game that has a clear goal, but I could stand for it to be a little less existentially upsetting.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Seek a way out. Now, if you hadn't seen the movie Titanic and recognized that staircase in its own merit, this would seem like a really confusing statement. Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. That, you know, sort of explains the title of the game, I guess.
I hear a bell.
It's timed really well. Because, like, if we weren't given, like, a 9-hour time limit at, like, just the time that the clock chimed, we'd have little frame of reference, right?
I think it's coming from over by the stairs.
It's the clock telling us the time.
I like that phrasing. It's the clock trying to do us a solid by telling us the time.
9 o'clock then?
Everything's 9. It's 9's all the way down. Get ready for 9. Demolition says, this isn't historically accurate. The game played on the Titanic had 12. Can you imagine that? I would love to watch that movie. It's like similar to the movie Titanic, but like in addition to that, it's a weird horror movie where like a bunch of people have to go through numbered doors and solve digital routes before digital technology existed.
I think it's 9 p.m. I couldn't see anything when I tried looking out the window earlier. It has to be nighttime.
If that is the case, then we would need to escape by 6 a.m. tomorrow.
I got work in the morning. There's a few phrases that just like always make me happy for some reason. Most variations of "Let the games begin" do that for me. Thanks, Zero. I love you. Goodbye. Don't let the loud static hit you on the way out.
Hey, you bastard! What do you mean by that? Come out here, you asshole!
That guy won't stop shouting. And the others.
Mountain. Lion. Dancer. Iconic. Junpei. That's it, me.
I have way too many questions.
Oh no, the jellyfish of thought!
Who is Zero? What's the nonary game? What's it for?
You get to the 9 door and escape. It was in the rules.
Is he some
He had effort in your
just
face.
doing this to mess with us, or does he have some other purpose?
Maybe he has a porpoise. Maybe Zero has like a bunch of dolphins hanging out outside the ship. Maybe they're the last resort to keep us on the boat and drowning for whatever reason.
And why pick me to be part of this insane game?
No, you're just super cool. Everyone wants to be your friend and like kill you or whatever.
And the others? Why are these 8 people here? And the most confusing of them all. Why is Akane here?
That's the most confusing of them all. I'll grant you that's like a weird coincidence and pretty confusing, but under the circumstances, I'm not sure that I would label that one the most confusing of all the questions
I
available.
haven't seen her since elementary school. Why her? Why now? Coincidence? No. There's no way. There has to be a reason. I don't know what exactly, but there has to be.
Very well. Standing around here won't do us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think?
Get moving?
Are you planning to open the numbered doors?
Hey, wait! But don't tell me you're actually gonna do what this Zero says.
Well, we got 9 hours to figure it out. I feel like one way or another we're gonna want to make that decision soonish.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm saying let's find another way. After all, we haven't really examined this place yet.
What?
Where have we not looked? Everyone searched A deck already, right?
Yeah, we were kind of in a rush though, so we probably missed some things.
Why don't we check out the lower floors first? We should see how deep this place goes.
I can work with that.
Then let's go.
C deck. It
Whoa!
wet.
What the hell? It's completely submerged.
I mean, boat is sinking.
Damn. If the water level keeps rising like this, we're all gonna drown.
No, I don't believe that's something we have to worry about. See? The water's not flowing. That means the origin of the water has been stopped.
I mean, if you consider for a moment the implications of that, by the time that Junpei got upstairs to run into all 8 of the other people here on this boat, they all left. He wasn't like following anyone upstairs, so like, it means that if he had been a little bit slower getting out of that room, he like definitely would have drowned. Even if he managed to escape his room before it filled in with the water that was coming directly into that room through the porthole, he would have gone out into a completely flooded hallway and like definitely been finished.
Perhaps this Zero fellow has used some sort of remote control to seal a watertight door lower down. He said that our time limit was 9 hours. In other words, this water won't rise for 9 hours.
Then you're saying we won't sink till then.
Well, that may be a little too optimistic. No point to wishful thinking.
That's depressing.
If we don't determine a way to advance from this point, we are stuck on A deck and C deck.
Looks that way.
Hey, hold on. How about we check C deck before we jump to any conclusions? We might find something there.
Huh, you're right. I think we should look at the metal doors by the big staircase too. They're pretty suspicious.
No numbers on either door, and I don't see an authentication device either. Nope, it's locked.
This one too. Damn, none of the doors are opening.
Hey guys, over here. There's another door behind the stairs.
This one doesn't open either.
We'll see about that. Hey, old man, give me a hand.
Using force, I see. Let's give it a try.
one, there's something different about this one, though.
It won't budge.
Could you not just start shouting out of nowhere? You almost gave me a heart attack, you know.
This gang will be such good friends by the end of it, trust me.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't appear to have moved even with two of us trying. It's very well made.
I'll grant you that the one known as Mountain, I might expect him to be able to move the door. But there's something a little bit funny about, like, even the two of us together, a very large strongman and, like, an elderly guy in decent shape, but still.
Idiots. Try using your brain first.
Huh?
Take a closer look.
A keyhole?
Right. It's obvious what we need to open this door.
Lock-picking tools.
A key, huh?
Oh, I guess that would work, yeah.
You got a problem?
No, I just really doubt we'll find a key that easily.
What's this? There's a mark on it. Does it mean something?
Hey, look! Over here, too!
Hmm?
More doors.
I think they're elevators. There's an inverted triangle button by them.
May as well try pressing it. Huh. Nothing.
Maybe the power isn't on.
Or we need to do something with this card reader.
Maybe it's the same key used for Shoma's chastity belt. But in that entire game, we never figured out what the lock was. Although, I think the whole thing was a metaphor, which complicates that matter somewhat.
And there's a strange mark here, too. What is this? It looks like a lowercase h with a dash drawn across the upper stem of the h.
You might recognize these symbols. This one's a lot more obvious than the last one.
This is the symbol of Saturn. It's an astrological symbol.
Then the mark on the other door.
I think that was the sun symbol. We saw the same symbols on A deck.
I've seen several astrological symbols, if from no other source than Sailor Moon, but I don't think before this game I'd ever seen the sun symbol.
We did?
I don't remember that.
ADAC,
Were any of the rest of us around for that thing we did?
So I wouldn't know.
We may as well check again since we're talking about it.
There, the two doors next to the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it.
She's right. It looks similar to what we saw downstairs.
This is an Earth symbol. The horizontal line symbolizes the equator, and the vertical one represents the prime meridian.
I see. The ceiling. Metal plates. Huh. It's as if it's covering something up.
Perhaps it was a dome of some kind.
I wish we could get out through there.
Be realistic. We'd need a lot of explosives to open that up.
The windows, too. Huh. They're all covered.
It'd be really funny if there was just like a small keyhole that they didn't see. It was like, actually, you could open that pretty easy if you had the right key.
In other words, we're trapped. All the exits go nowhere.
And I'm glad we'd spent a bunch of time on that.
Well, I'm sure they go somewhere. We just can't open them.
You don't know that. For all we know, they just open into walls or take us in circles.
No. I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be?
It's true, you could just, cover them with a big metal plate that doesn't open, rather than have it open to be something nonsensical.
And we can open them. Well, 2 of them at least.
4 and 5.
Oh, you mean the numbered doors.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that. We'd have to be crazy to open these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do.
May as well give it a shot. We can't stay here forever.
Yes, I'm in favor as well.
No, I'm totally against this.
But shouldn't we at least try?
I mean, what's your plan, though? Like, what do you think is the alternative option to at least... Like, if you go through the door, presumably you get more information. Even if, like, it was some weird trap that killed you. Like, you die of starvation here, presumably. Or, like, it'll flood or something. Like, time's not really on your side, no matter what the circumstances are. Like, if you can't get anywhere other than through those doors, it's not likely that Zero's suddenly gonna be like, you know what? I feel bad for you. I went to a lot of trouble to gather you all here, but, like, maybe I'll just let you go or whatever. No, it takes a while for the characters to actually stop and introduce themselves. We should be coming up on it relatively soon, but it takes a while. As I noted before, at this point, when a character speaks, the name box is just sort of filled with some sort of physical descriptor that Junpei has ascribed to them.
We don't know what'll happen. We should stay here.
We don't have time for that. In 8.5 hours, this ship is going to sink.
In another few hours, the sun will rise.
Shut up! Before we try and decide where we're going to go, there's something else we ought to do.
What's that?
Is it introduce ourselves?
Information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are, who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious too.
I agree. I think Jumpy is right.
Jumpy?
Yeah, that's a weird thing to call a person.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just call him Jumpy. His name is Junpei.
Also, it's pretty... It's inherently one of those suspicious things where it's like, a bunch of strangers are trapped here, but those two know each other. What's the deal with that?
We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school.
Wait, stop. Don't tell us stuff we didn't ask you about. Zero's probably watching us right now.
I have such limited brain capacity, I can't stand facts I don't need.
What are you gonna do if he's listening in?
Oh, would that be bad?
I mean, let's consider for a second that, like, presumably, at least in Junpei's case, like, Zero knew enough about him to, like, break into his home and kidnap him. Like, how much more personal information can you be afraid of them getting? I mean, it's not to say that there's none worse that can get, but, like, at the same time, that ranks pretty high up there on the sensitive information.
Hell yeah, it would! We don't know how much that bastard knows about us. Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, then it'd be dangerous for us to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, he could go after our families. Maybe he'd tell us he had them to get us to do stuff, you know?
But we still need to know what our names are. It's going to be hard to talk to each other if we don't have names.
Alright, then why don't we have code names?
Code names?
Yeah, we'll each pick something.
Why don't we play the game Code Names?
Like, I'll be 7.
We don't know it yet, but 7 is the number on his bracelet. And it's just funny, he's like, if only there was some clever way to identify myself. Here's literally the first fact I can think of.
7? Why are you 7?
Because this bracelet number says 7.
Well, Demolition. Or no, Castelarg, I apologize. Well, Castelarg. What would my code name be? I suppose that would depend on what number was on my bracelet. As we'll soon see, mostly every character decides to choose a code name based on this.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, I'm gonna be Santa.
Now, this doesn't seem like it's numerically based, but keep in mind that this is a Japanese game.
Any of you chumps know Japanese? No? Well, San means 3. So, I'll be Santa. You know, like Santa Claus.
I'll be
Fits, don't you
Santa.
think?
It's like a totally normal thing, you would say.
Then your bracelet number.
Yeah, it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa.
Very well then. I'll go next, shall I? My bracelet number is 1. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate.
I'll be Lotus then. As I'm sure you all know, it has 8 petals.
I didn't know that. I know that because of this game. I couldn't have casually told you how many petals a lotus had before this game.
Which means, of course, that my bracelet number is 8.
I'd love it if she's like, so of course my bracelet number is 6. What?
I would appreciate it if you would call me Snake. My bracelet number is 2.
Yeah, that's more or less what I was saying, Demolition. Like, 7 is left out. He went first by just being like, I'm 7. And everyone else is like, I'll be Ace.
Since Ace has chosen cards, then I choose dice. Snake eyes, clearly. Which is particularly relevant given that I am blind.
Nice way to just slip that casually into the conversation. Probably relevant information, but also like, oh, you maybe buried the lead a little.
You can't see?
I knew it.
Me next.
Alright, that's as much as we're gonna say about that.
I want to be Clover. You know, like a 4-leaf clover. Good luck, right?
Alright, my number's 5. So my code name is gonna be...
Why have one? It's not like there's any point to it now. I mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei.
Ah, crap, you got me.
Oh, yeah.
Then you should all call me by my name too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem...
It doesn't seem fair to Jumpy.
You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his.
It's kind of weird that at this moment, some of the characters who've given us their aliases are still being identified by, like, Santa's silver hair, for example.
What's your bracelet number?
It's 6.
Alright then, why don't we call you June?
June?
Yeah, you know, it's the 6th month of the year. So you're June.
Jumpy?
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Which says 7 is now known as Mary Jane. Why? Why is this?
Okay then. So this is how everyone breaks down. 1 is ace.
Their lack of consistency is annoying. Which consistency bothers you here, Neko? Is it that the names didn't change automatically? Or is it that people have all chosen, like, different methods by which to convey their number?
2 is snake. 3 is Santa. 4 is Clover. 5 is me. 6 is June.
Me's a stupid code name.
7 is 7. And 8 is Lotus. That means 8 of us have revealed our bracelet numbers.
Yeah, about that. Has anyone been paying close attention to them characters that we've seen before? Because we've already seen a 9th person and he hasn't said anything for like a half hour.
The only one left is...
That glasses guy with hair like a bird's nest.
That's a way you could describe this man.
You haven't said a thing so far, have you?
This guy's like me at a party. I do agree, now it could probably be easier to just pick one theme and go with it. Yeah, it's I will certainly concede that point. I appreciate the sort of cool factor of like choosing your own nickname, but like we have a limited time frame. If you have to like struggle to think about the code names for a while, it might not be ideal.
What number are you? Hey, I'm talking to you.
Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here. And you know who numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left.
So you're 9?
Yeah.
What's your code name?
Code name?
What do you want us to call you? We all made up names. You should too.
I don't need one.
Why not?
Because I am not gonna stay here with you.
Well, that's just rude. Why are you singling me out?
You've got some sort of plan?
I do.
Yeah? What's that?
You sure you want to know?
Yeah?
All right, let me show you. I'm gonna do this!
Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing?
Stay back.
Oh. Well, that escalated pretty quickly, don't you think?
If you get any closer, I'll cut her open.
That feels like an understated reaction. I kind of hate it when people kidnap people at knife point.
Yeah, that's right. Clover, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What the hell are you trying to do?
Like kidnap a person?
I told you, this is my plan.
What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch?
Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go. Slowly. That's right. Just follow me.
I'm curious. Anyone have any idea what this plan might be? Why he simply needs her cooperation, and that's all?
Here. Verify. The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
What if I don't?
Are you an idiot? What do you think?
So, that's a pretty reasonable question, I
I
think.
could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to.
I mean, I don't appreciate his tone or the energy he's bringing to this negotiation, but, like, I feel like it should be clear what the consequence is.
All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now.
Okay, I'll do it. Like this.
So that's how it works.
Right, Miss Toasty? This definitely took a turn. We were all having a nice conversation, coming up with code names. We're basically having, like, the start of kind of an awkward game night on a sinking ship. It's all fun and games until someone kidnaps a girl at knife point, you know?
He called that round part of the device the scanner panel. If we put our left hand on it, our bracelet number gets entered into the device. Then... should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets, and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
Interesting. So let's consider this. We have established that his number is 9, and Clover has a number of 4. You may recall that the 2 doors available to us on this floor are currently 4 and 5. They're standing next to the 4 door. So he's trying to make a digital root of 4. 9 plus 4 is 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. However, notice a little something here. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. If he tries to make that number with just 2, that's fewer than 3 people.
Door 5. But why does this guy know so much about how this thing works? It's like he knows exactly what to do.
Good. Good. You're done.
Ace Bunny says, hard elbow punch to the face. Yeah, what's the acronym from Miss Congeniality? Isn't it SING? Like solar plexus, instep, something groin? Isn't it like exactly for trying to escape this type of scenario when someone's like holding you in this way?
Next. You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right?
Yes.
Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! Don't you care what happens to her?
Okay, just calm down. I'm coming over.
I guess we're standing at the
Verify.
5 door?
All right, this is what you wanted, right?
Now the device has both Clover and Ace's numbers, 4 and 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. It's the same as the number written on the door, but it won't open yet. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. One more person. If what Zero said is true, he needs one more person. Who? Who does he need?
Get back. No! Farther! More than that! Go all the way back!
Okay.
Wait, don't tell me. Clover's 4 and Ace's 1. Added to the ninth man's 9, 4 plus 1 plus 9 is 14, and the digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. In other words...
Thank God you were all so cooperative.
I'm a little curious. Like, what does he think is gonna happen here? Setting aside however it is he was prepared to do all this and understood how the machine worked to do this in one try without fumbling and all of that. Like, doesn't it feel like it's safe to assume that there's something on the other side of these doors that we're meant to experience? So, like, does he really think he'll be able to escape just by going through one door? The rules say that there's, like, multiple numbered doors and we have to find 9. It's not like one of these is the 9 door.
Now I can get out of this nightmare.
Love that.
Good.
Love
I don't
that
need you anymore.
door animation.
Wait! Here! She's all yours.
No need to apologize, Angel of Iron. I'm not super familiar with Cam Clark, but I am familiar with him. And I fully appreciate your appreciation of him. And he didn't need to threaten people to try that, right?
Okay. Have a good one, guys.
Okay, bye.
I'm going off ahead now. Well then. Goodbye.
I'm not sure why he assumes that this will be like everything he needs to do to escape.
Clover, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Damn it! That bastard! Open, damn it! Shit! It won't budge.
Do you hear something?
Like, what?
Like some sort of beeping.
Beeping can be good, right? There's good beeping.
You're right. I can hear it too.
That's gotta be good beeping, though, right?
What is it?
Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied!
Lied?
This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is wrong!
Isn't Cam Clark in Eternal Sonata too? I think he does Prince Crescendo. Maybe I'm wrong?
What is happening in there?
Open the door, please! I'm begging you!
I feel like we've established that the door kind of doesn't work that way.
Help me! Please get me out of here!
Ah, God damn it!
He seems really upset about the beeping, but it's fine, right?
Why? Why won't it work? Engaged? Is it because it's occupied?
Oh my god, there's no time left! Listen, I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here! It was
Zero?
him! He killed me! It was him!
I mean, Zero kind of put all of us here, right? Occupied, it's a toilet, of course! Oh. It's possible that wasn't good beeping.
A beep? Did that thing
Bacon.
just make that sound?
Man, they sure take the toilet super seriously on this boat.
The display changed from engaged to vacant.
Let's see if we can open it.
Okay.
Well, it registered my bracelet number, but it won't open with one person. We need at least 2 more people.
What to do? Well, Ace is probably already nearby. He just scanned his bracelet to help a moment ago.
Ace, Lotus, you think you could give me a hand here?
Okay, good. I'm glad I remember that correctly.
5 plus 1 plus 8 equals 14. The digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5.
Gotta love Prince Crescendo.
This should do it. Now we just need to pull the lever on the side.
You guys ready? I'm gonna open
Spooky
it.
music! I love these games so much. I don't think I can, like, describe all the ways that I like the Zero Escape games. Let's clarify. The nonary games. Oh, that's cool. You got to meet him, Angel. The only voice actor I've ever met in person, I did get to meet Nolan North when I was working on the G4 Top 100 Games of All Time special. He was doing the voiceover as one of the most probably recognizable voice actors in video games. And I got to spend a little bit of time with him in the booth. And his sense of humor is so filthy, it's amazing.
Good God. Oh, that's pretty bad.
Speaking of things that aren't fun.
He blew up.
He blew up. That was not good beeping. Yeah, Let's maybe just close that door. Maybe just
June,
close that.
Are you okay? What the hell? Where'd this fever come from? All right, okay, let's just rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk? Here we go. How are you feeling? Are you all right?
Why? Why did this happen? Why did this happen?
Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this nonary game? Come on! Anybody? What the hell is going on? What are we doing here?
We're having a fun game night, right? Isn't that what we're doing? They will kiss at one point. Ooh, Ice Bunny. That would be fun, huh?
It's 10 o'clock.
Do you ship it? Do you ship it on this big old boat?
That means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement.
That's awesome. We had 9 hours to escape and survive, and now we have 8 hours. What a great use of everyone's time.
Fuck! I've had enough of this crap! How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Zero is going on about is up! Let's get going already! Go! Go!
No, I refuse. I'm not gonna end up like him.
You're so productive and helpful. Thank you, Lotus.
Him? You mean the ninth man?
Of course, who else?
Blood. Oh. Blood and pieces of flesh. That's no way for a person to die.
I think he just screwed up. He probably set off some sort of trap, and that killed him.
Is that reassuring at all to anyone? Like, does this notion make anyone feel better? Oh, he probably just triggered some sort of trap he was unaware of and exploded to death. I'm sure none of us will do the same thing in this sort of deadly game scenario that's been, like, forced upon us.
I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive. What's so goddamn funny?
Oh, my apologies. You were just, so very confident. I couldn't help myself.
You sure sound like a serial killer right now, Snake.
What the fuck?
I think you've mistaken the situation.
Huh?
The ninth man's death. It had nothing to do with the trap. Or at least, not the sort of trap you imagine it did.
Then?
He broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died. Quite simple if you think about it.
Huh?
You still don't... All right. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did he say about the number of people?
He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door.
And after that? You've forgotten the relevant part. What did Zero say?
Zero said that everyone who verified had to go through.
All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute, right?
This is accurate. The choice it gave me wasn't quite as
I
precise.
think it was something like that. Whatever it was, it means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through.
That is correct. A gold star for you, Junpei.
Nice. Is that worth anything on Death Boat?
The ninth man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed.
So casual. There's something, like, absolutely maddening about that. Like, I understand that Snake feels confident in this moment because he understands what's going on and is feeling superior while educating people. But he's like, and that's why he was executed. Like, we all gonna die, dude. We got 8 hours.
Making sure we don't break any rules.
Oh, I'm not so sure of that.
Why not?
Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us.
What do you mean?
Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I had hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but...
Now, that also sounds pretty ominous.
That seems increasingly unlikely.
Do you know something?
Well, I know a great many things, but yes.
What is it you know?
Here.
A card? What does it say?
Give me 1 sec. I think I just realized that I hadn't set something up. It only takes a click, and I don't know if it matters, but I'm just gonna make sure it's working. Very good.
See for yourself.
Come on now, what's the point of giving me this?
Give me that. Huh? The hell is this?
I see.
Yes, that's the problem, isn't it?
Picture an
This is Braille.
It's very savvy that Demolition seems to have picked up on what I had to fix. Either that or it was conveniently timed. I hadn't logged into Triggerfire, and I don't 100% know if that changes anything, but it working. We are pretty much picturing an egg, to be fair. We're figuring out the rules.
Sorry, guys. I can't read this. Here, have it back.
Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card?
That was so much fun. I loved looking at a thing I couldn't read.
I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it is a message from Zero.
From Zero?
A message?
What does it say?
Neener, neener, boo boo.
Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me. I'll read it. Bracelet
Ooh.
number 2.
Is that good music?
Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you and only you with information.
Ooh, very ominous.
I shall tell you of the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet.
Well, the dead sure sounds ominous.
The red is the recognition device.
By the way, we definitely picturing an egg now. If this isn't picturing an egg, I don't know what is. For those unfamiliar with it, we've been playing through AI, the Somnium files, pretty much all year this year. And in the first game, they try to explain the process of the machine that's sort of central to that game's mythology, which allows a detective to go into the subconscious mind of someone and learn things from their dreams through repeated use of egg metaphors. And so whenever someone starts going off on some detailed explanation as to, like, how things work, we start picturing eggs. It's a helpful metaphor.
It will verify your number.
Demolition asks, Vasco, since you know the plot, do the twists add to and telegraph the story? I bring this up now because of Nirvana Initiative and some complicated feelings that I had about it. That's fair. Let me ask you this. Do you think that this would be my favorite game if it didn't? But the real answer is that, like, while I wouldn't say that this game is without flaw, I definitely feel like one of its strengths is that it adheres to those types of rules. But yes, we did just finish Nirvana Initiative, and let's just say my feelings on that game weren't super positive. It did some things well, and it did a lot of things super duper questionably. But I don't feel that this game falls into any of its particular pitfalls.
Inside every numbered door, you will find a red. The dead is the deactivation device. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet.
Oh, there's a detonator in the bracelet, huh? That's good news. Oh, good.
But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I am afraid this might be something of a surprise.
Is it a confetti cannon?
I have placed a small bomb inside of you and people whom you are about to meet. You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt that by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine.
Dang it, now I got poop bombs to worry about? That's so deeply upsetting. Demolition says, my sister had a mini rant about Nirvana Initiative's title plus herbs on her stream. How would that have come up? I mean, I guess my sister's seen, like, at least an hour of me play that game, but, like, I don't think I would expect her to recognize the title. But yeah, I don't have a great feeling about this, like, poop bomb situation.
In other words, you will be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try. As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse. or timer has gone in your body. There is only one condition which will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds.
81, huh? It's kind of an interesting number. It's not 60, it's not 30, it's not 45, it's not a round number. But it does have a digital root of 9.
If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode.
Richard says, my sister mentioned alternate realities in a monologue. And then he mentioned me and my reaction to Nirvana Initiative. What did she have to say about it? Because I was visiting my parents for the holiday weekend, I didn't catch her stream. Normally, I at least catch the start of it. Yes, Lurk says, someone pointed out with the actual timeline, Tama detected terror in the room when Komeji's body was found and did nothing for 6 years. Yeah, that tracks. Let me say this. I don't want to do too much spoilery stuff with that game in case someone finds this first in my collection of stuff and then, you know, comes back to Nirvana Initiative or whatever for whatever reason. But as is often the case when I play a game or watch like a movie or something that like really frustrates me, I went on something of a deep dive and found like as many sort of discussions about the quality of that game and its story as I could find. And my general impression is that Nirvana Initiative is like the same level of polarizing to the Uchikoshi fandom as Zero Time Dilemma is, which, without spoiling too much about either of those games, says something about both of those games.
In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead.
Do you all feel like Zero had some experience working, like, the fast food drive-thru? It feels very possible to me. It feels like all this information, I mean, the weird thing is, like, this isn't even being spoken by Zero, it's just implied that Zero wrote it, and so it's being read by Zero's voice actor for convenience sake. But, yeah, it sure sounds like, you know, they could be asking for an order at a burger place or something. Kasark says that's because it's just as good as Zero Time Dilemma. It's certainly close, in my opinion. I was also vindicated that some people found some of the same particular issues. Like the one transition I kept harping on about with the staircase down is all I'll say about that, which I found incredibly stupid. Other people also pointed that out as making just very little sense.
Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, you need only pull the lever at its side, and the countdown will cease.
Neat!
Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds, you will be dead.
I gotta tell, I feel like this line in particular sounded very much like Charlie Brown's t-shirt. Just like the particular distortions on some of the words while being like modulated.
You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed.
Alright, so let's keep these numbers in mind. Numbered doors will close automatically at after 9 seconds, and then we will have 81 seconds to verify the numbers of everyone who checked in at the red to check into the dead in order to deactivate our poop bombs.
So long as the doors open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so.
Okay, that's hopefully gonna be easy to remember.
1. You escape from this ship.
Alright, that tracks. don't feel great about having to expel that bomb through my lower intestine manually.
2. Your heart rate reaches 0.
Ah, that's more concerning of news.
Once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or detects that Ignora's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There is no other way to remove your bracelet.
It's funny, it says bite your hand off. Serious question. Do you think that'd be worth it? Like, do you feel like the added safety and ability to survive the situation overall would be worth cutting your hand off? Because, I mean, you lose that hand forever, even if it works. But also, you're at a disadvantage for anything you might have to do in the process of escaping. What about really powerful laxatives? I mean, I'm thinking back on it, I imagine that's part of the reason for the 9-hour time limit, is like, hopefully you can't eat enough fiber that you find somewhere on the ship to pass the bomb out of your lower intestine, and then you don't have to worry about the bracelet at that point.
If you attempt to force it off, or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode.
This is all the information which I can impart to you.
It sure looks like a lot's written on there, and then yeah, that was a lot.
How you choose to use it is for you to decide.
Plums and water can help. Oh, sure, there's lots of things that could help you pass it, but, like, it still kind of has to pass through your system, yeah?
If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a
Because-
time, you would be able to control your fate.
Nico says, does that mean he watches and waits for everyone to poop before kidnapping them? I mean, wouldn't you? At the very least, like, you wouldn't want them to, like, panic and, like, poop themselves before you have to transport them to the Titanic, right?
I wish you the best of luck.
Also, it'd be, like, super uncomfortable for that participant in the nonary game that they would have to go through the whole thing with, like, soiled undergarments or what have you. Like, that doesn't seem fair to anyone involved. I feel like you would definitely do that.
So it's saying only those who verify their numbers at the red can pass through the numbered doors. Teams can't add or subtract people after they're scanned in. The reds, deads, and bracelets enforce the rules. They're judge, jury, and executioner.
Berg.
Shit! A fucking bomb! Come out! Come out, damn it!
Lower intestine, guys. It was weirdly specific about this.
There's a bomb inside me. Oh. What made Zero think creating this horror show of a game was a good idea?
Listen, man, some people juggle geese, alright?
Alright, I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero?
This is one of those great questions, because, like...
Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed.
You know, there's plenty of times in fiction, usually, like, played as some kind of joke, that, like, someone will come up, like, after the fact and sort of be like, oh yeah, like, I knew this important information all along. And, you know, the other character would be like, why? Why didn't you tell me? That would have been so useful to know. And they're like, oh, you didn't ask. So, like, you gotta start the scenario by being like, listen, like, tell me if you know anything about Zero. I'll be mad if you knew something and didn't tell me later. Of course, sometimes in other games, you might have a character whose pretty much sole purpose is to know all of this stuff and just not tell you over the course of 2 games and be obnoxious about it, but we won't go into that. Hey, Crit Twitch, how's it going? We're playing 999! I think that's exciting.
I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like, surprise or something?
I saw that too.
I did as well.
Me too. I didn't see inside the mask, though.
Yeah, I feel like he would have mentioned if he did, probably.
That mask, it's really scary.
Huh?
Oh, so all of our abductions were the same. We were taken from home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had a mask on.
We were taken from our homes after we had all had a nice bowel movement to ensure that the whole bomb scenario works out cleanly. And I do mean cleanly. Also, squeak squeak to you, Castleard. We are dealing with a masked person after all.
There was white smoke, and then each of us passed out. We woke up to find ourselves on D-Deck, in a room with a 3-level bunk bed. How about you, Seven? Did the same happen to you?
Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours.
Okay, that's good enough for now. So, I have a question. Snake and Clover, you were both kidnapped from the same room, and you woke up together. So, what's the deal with the two of you anyway?
We're siblings.
Siblings?
Blushing pretty hard right now.
Yes. Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister. That really so hard to understand?
She is correct, of course. Are you, surprised?
Well, yeah, but...
Why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance.
Oh, you mean between Jumpy and me?
Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you?
Wait, you went to school together?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way?
Guys, we got like 7 hours. I forgot quite how much time they let pass before they tried, like, doing anything. It's quite a lot of time. Like, if a disembodied, like, murderer's voice came over a loudspeaker and said, like, you have 9 minutes to, like, navigate my death maze and get to the end so that you can escape with your life, do you really think you'd spend this much time socializing?
Yeah, you're right. You connect the dots between the victims, and that leads you to the perp. Textbook stuff.
Junpei. June. Does any of this ring a bell?
And I feel like if it did, we'd probably mention it.
Ring a bell.
Ring a bell?
Yes, let's ring a bell! Wait, why would we ring a bell?
Well, perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire.
Ah, Harry Osborn.
A millionaire?
Son?
Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich.
Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Most likely, Zero is simply the representative of a larger group.
What sort of organization?
Like a law
It
firm?
could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment.
If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment.
I mean, I don't think anyone's arguing that point.
I mean, come on! A guy's dead!
No, a guy is very dead.
Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's gotta be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this.
Rich enough to pay for heating the place they're in. I mean, we don't really know what temperature it is. We know that it flooded with water. We don't know if it specifies, like, what temperature the water is. I think all of the struggles that are described early on are mostly about just, like, getting through the force of the water. Yeah, what is it called? Demolition asks, did I see Disney's take on Magic the Gathering? Which is reductive, but fair. It's called, like, Lorcana or something. They've decided to make their own collectible card game, and at least at first glance, the few cards they've revealed do look pretty suspiciously similar to, like, the MTG rule set. So, like, yeah. Like, yeah. Castle Arg suggests that Nyes might be responsible for this. Nyes at laws? Nah, I think they're just a rumor. So they just want to reproduce an artificial intelligence with a satellite or something? I don't believe in rodents of unusual size. That's fair, Ice Bunny. There are some questionable outfits here, but maybe that's because we're in a warm area of the ocean? I don't know.
If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues.
I thought we were finished with that topic.
But then what should we do?
We should talk it through.
Oh my god, enough! All we're doing is talking! Talking won't solve anything! It can't help us find our way out of here!
No, we must seek a way out.
Really sure you want to just sit around? We've only got 7.5 hours left. We already wasted an hour and a half of our 9 hours.
You're right.
Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed.
Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump.
Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing.
Well, thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works.
Correct. And so long as we all follow the rules, we will most likely be all right.
We maybe probably won't explode from our guts out.
But
But what?
who's going to go in which door?
The
That's
plot.
right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door.
Then it would seem we will have to split up.
Wait. I'm telling you now, there is no way in hell that I'm going into door 5.
Come on now, don't be selfish.
Call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there.
I mean, it's kind of fair. Inside door 5 was a man's head, and now it's wallpaper.
If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here.
And we were doing so well.
Were we? Were we really?
Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5.
Oh, Santa, not you too.
Hey man, I just bought these shoes. If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over him, you got another thing coming. What the hell, man?
Yeah, apologies to those of you who are excited about the ninth man. He's a little dead.
Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going? Yeah, so? Doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5.
Oh, God.
Fine, I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me?
I'll go.
What?
Don't worry. You'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later.
How do you know that?
Because I do.
That's not an answer!
It's an answer. It's a bad answer.
If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going into door 5.
What am I going to do with you?
There's nothing you have to do. If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7, and Snake is 2. And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root will be 5.
7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 14. The digital root of 14. 1 plus 4 is 5.
Oh, it works perfectly! The 4 of us can go into door 5.
Wait, what about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be?
Lotus, Santa, June, and me. Our bracelet numbers are 8, 3, 6, and 5. 8, 3, 6, 5. What would our digital root be?
Oh, let's see about that. Well, we got 3 and 6, that's 9. And then we get 8 and 5, that's 13. So that'll put us to 22. 2 plus 2 is, look at that, 4.
8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 22. So, the digital root of 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4.
It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4.
Then we can go into door 4.
Yeah. Huh. That worked out well.
It worked out quite well.
So the team assignments will be like this. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace, they would go through door 5. Lotus, Santa, June, and me will go through door 4.
Are these really the teams I want? Beyond door 5 is what remains of the ninth man.
It grows.
I never want to see that thing again, but something's telling me that it'd be a good idea to examine the corpse, even
Now-
just a little closer.
Now, on the one hand, I feel like this is actually a pretty sensible idea. I mean, it's grisly, for sure, to investigate the corpse. But the problem I have is, can you really call it a corpse? I feel like calling it a corpse implies a certain amount of structural integrity that that man no longer possesses.
Of course, if I went through door 5, I wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. I could bring June with me through door 5, but That means she'd have to see the body in there. I don't want to put her through that. Should I stay silent and go through door 4? Or should I stop them and insist on door 5?
All right then. It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go? I'm going through door 5.
We're over there too, right, Snake?
The door's not going anywhere. Slow down.
Slow down. We spent an hour and a half talking.
Which door?
Oh, chat. How you doing, chat? How you doing, chat? Let's put up hold. If I can get my browser to work correctly. New poll. Question. Door number 4 or number 5? Okay. And, duration... say 2 minutes. I realize that's a long time, but we can chat in the meantime, chat. Start poll. Where would you like to go? Intense game show music. Yes, that's why I clicked to bring the music back from the game. Most of the music from the game is pretty intense. Demolition asks, can you get the true ending on the first playthrough? If so, it'd be disappointing, as when I first played through Talos Principle, in the first 5 minutes of play I found the secret hidden retrospective beat the game ending. Wow, that's pretty wild. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna answer that question. That feels like a fairly large spoiler. But wow, that's a thing you wouldn't want to have happen, I suspect. But yeah, one thing we gotta talk about, probably at the end of this stream, is what to do about Halloween. Of course it is September 9th, 9/9. But that typically, in my mind, means that we start playing spooky games, because if you start playing them in October, you don't have a lot of time to do them. We've talked about some options on the Discord. I don't know what'll work best. I feel like Zero Escape is gonna be Fridays for a minute. I imagine that we'll do like 999 and then probably take a break before going into the next one, probably. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But I feel like there's a good chance I'm gonna want to do the quarry around Halloween, which will probably take like only a few streams. So it leaves us something to sort out in the meantime. And I'm kind of inclined to go with a point-and-click adventure, which we have a couple possible options. We have Lamplight City, which I've talked about in the past as like a sort of spooky eldritch horror adventure game with branching paths or something, at least based on the trailers I've seen. And then there's another game that Haggis gifted to me that I think Angel of Iron had mentioned. It was like the Darklight Detective or something like that. I'm afraid that the voting is closed, and we will decide on door number 5.
Hey, wait. I want to go through door 5 too.
I think that secretly, deep down, chat just wanted the characters to talk more without getting anything accomplished during their 9-hour time limit.
What? What are you saying, Jumpy? If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you.
Okay. That was sort of part of the plan.
No, you can't. I can't take you with me.
Why?
Well, you know what's in there, don't you? Are you sure?
It says that is why he chose it. Well, there you go.
Well...
Please,
Theory
let
correct.
me go into door 5.
Man, now we're right back where we started, you know that?
Junpei's bracelet is number 5, right? If we are going to add Junpei, then we must subtract 5 from the rest of us. Ace, please, take good care of Clover.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
I love when these things happen.
Don't go away!
It's not constant, but it's something of a common theme that, like, when there's choices of different groups to be formed, someone's gonna end up unhappy.
You need to listen to me, Clover. Go to door 4 with the others.
No!
Don't be so selfish.
Why?
You'll be fine. Just relax.
Huh. What did he tell her?
I think he just, like, unfolded a blanket or something. Hey, Chad, I know it's a little bit early on, but we've already gotten a decent sampling of the soundtrack. Do you also love it?
Okay. I understand.
Let's make sure we've got this straight. Those going to door 5 are me, 7, and Snake. 7 plus 2 plus 5 equals 14. And the digital root of 14, 1 plus 4, is 5. And those going to door 4 are Lotus, Santa, June, Ace, and Clover.
The rest.
8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4 is 22. And the digital root of 22 is 2 plus 2, 4. We're okay with this.
No problems here.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right then.
Hands.
The lever's all that's left. Okay.
It's actually on the right.
All right then. Let's go.
Okay. Please be careful.
We will.
Have fun storming the castle, everybody.
And it's open.
9 seconds. All right, that thing I wanted is terrible to behold.
That's messed up.
That was the 9th man.
That was a man's head.
Oh.
How can you...
Well, do you intend to kill me? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
Sorry.
Let's go!
Sorry, I was just... There's like a smell and like there's a whole tableau of horrors in here. Yeah, Critchwitch, this isn't the nicest room that we've encountered in the very few rooms we've been in.
Damn it! The countdown started!
Do you like the little skull to let you know that you're gonna die if you don't do the thing? Just love those little door animations.
Shit, the door!
This door is very gross.
There's no turning back now, and if we don't manage to find the deactivation device...
Mika says, I have the urge to get a mop and clean it up. Isn't there, like, a... Isn't there, like, some game that's like that, where, like, your job is just to, like, clean up these, like, gruesome murder sites? I've seen it, like, Let's Played on YouTube. I think it's even, like, Christmas-themed, which is horrible.
Hey, where is the dead?
How the hell should I know?
Stay calm. Look around you.
We got, like, 81 seconds.
Okay, I get it. Found it. Right here.
Hands. Yeah, viscera cleanup detail. There you go. Oh, you've been playing it recently? That might explain the impulse. But yeah, I mean, if you're okay doing that, yeah, it's maybe good to do that here. It ran at 4 FPS. I'm assuming that's pre-computer update.
Well, it looks like it stopped.
Goddamn thing's gonna give me a heart attack.
Jumpy, are you alright?
Aren't you supposed to be going through your own door?
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
The detonators have been deactivated.
None of us are going to explode. Yet.
Alright, we're moving on. Be careful, okay?
Okay. Sure thing.
Footsteps.
And they're
Footsteps
gone.
intensify.
Now. Doesn't look like we can go any further this way.
Maybe this wall can be moved.
How was that your first... Listen, man, I know that you were trying to help out, like, moving all those doors that seemed impassable before, but I'm starting to think that you have a problem. Some sort of, like, allergy to doors, or some sort of spatial recognition issue that's, like, preventing you from finding, like, much easier ways to navigate the physical world around you?
Or not. It's not budging.
Hey, there's a door over there.
A first-class cabin, huh?
Well, it seems like it.
Let's have a look then, shall we?
I think I finally picked up on...
Then. Let's go.
Maybe. I might know Snake's voice actor? He sounds kind of like Pewter, but that could just be wrong. Who would I want to go into a room with, in-game or IRL? I don't feel like I can answer the in-game question. I feel like you'd have to take into account stuff that we haven't learned about characters yet before, like, choosing who you'd go with. In real life, I don't know. One time, I dragged Tech and the Professor to the real-life Zero escape room, and it's the, like, coolest thing I've ever done. Just like in this game, they broke the larger group of 9 people into smaller groups to solve individual rooms first. And it had this cool mechanism where you had to, like, share information between rooms in a very limited way in order to complete the puzzle. Our room finished first. I've done a lot of escape rooms at this point. Maybe a lot's an exaggeration. I've done a good amount of escape rooms at this point. Most of them aren't as cool as that. That was, like, the best one by a lot. I mean, if for no other reason, like, the theming was great. They played, like, music from the video game while you were in the room. And it had, like, the most interesting mechanism to actually, like, escape the room I've ever seen. But, like, also just the fact that it had that, like, weird mechanism where you could, like, communicate to the other rooms. Like, I've never seen anything like that done, and it was, like, really interesting. I also had, like, a weird, like, puzzle based on, like, a reflection of something. Like, it's just, like, I've never seen that much care put into a physical escape room since, and it was amazing.
I don't want to look, but...
They did make us wear bracelets to do it. Nico asked, did a man watch you poop before you could go into the Zero escape room? I mean, I don't know how you go about your business, Neko, but, like, I pretty much always let a man watch me poop before I do most things. That's, like, normal, right? We all do that?
Oh, it's so horrible. I can't even tell what's what.
See my earlier point about calling this a corpse and how I feel like maybe corpse isn't quite the right word for the situation we find ourselves in?
He'd been wearing these.
That's one takeaway, sure.
Bracelet's off.
Well, let me tell you one thing about that man. His heart rate is definitely at 0 right now.
Oh, wait. Zero did say.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets.
Hey, Haggis, happy birthday to you. Is it actually your birthday? Congratulations! At some point, I meant to get the Tokiko singing happy birthday clip, but it's on my to-do list of stuff I didn't get done this week. So I apologize for that. Happy birthday. Thank you for the 57-month resub. Yes, that is blood. It used to be a man. It's not anymore. Just not hanging with the fiancé and some friends. Well, it's a great time to A, let a man watch you poop, and then B, seek a way out of a deadly game scenario.
There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or the parasite of the wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
The bracelet comes off when you're dead.
Angel. Always using your points for other people to be the VIP. Very well. Alright, I have to do it manually. But this is why I keep a separate window open. Because I've made my own life very difficult, and I accept this. Okay? Luckily, the add VIP is always much easier, because I can use the shortcut. There you go. Now I'll mark this as complete. And now I will make the music come back.
Oh, but what the hell's the point of getting it off when you end up like this?
Interesting question.
Oh, just imagining how it must have happened. Oh god. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Oh, I gotta get out of here.
You know, it's one of those things that, like, when you think back on it, like, this might specifically be the reason why they go to such great lengths to stipulate that the bomb that's keeping everybody honest is in the lower intestine and cannot be, like, vomited out, is because, like, maybe a situation like this comes up and someone dies and you might feel the urge to vomit. It wouldn't be great for the whole plan if someone just, like, vomited out their poop bomb. Welcome to the stream, Haggis. You got cheesecake and other cool stuff. All of that's very exciting. Congratulations.
Huh. Where did they... Through here? What's up?
Check this out. We found this thing here on the door.
The red light's on. Does that mean it's locked?
So I would assume.
Is there any other way out?
We looked around a little. Other than this door, we didn't find anything.
We must seek a way out.
So you're telling me that unless we can open this door?
Yes. We won't be going anywhere.
This looks like a bedroom.
Then the other room is probably a living room. Or the closest you can get to one on a ship.
All right, let's find a way to open this door. Come on, guys.
Here's that noise. Yeah! Seek a way out. Ah, yes. Binary Game. Love this song. Alright. I think Binary Game is close. Binary Game is, like, in contention for my favorite song in the whole franchise. It's probably a hot take. It's not, like, a particularly exciting song. It's just, like, I like it. It's, like, the most, like, thinky brain song. I'm so good with words today. What's this? This isn't a score. This is a map of the ship? A map? There's a map of the ship here? Yeah. Then I imagine it will prove very helpful. You'd best hold on to it, Junpei. Okay. It is now possible to use the map screen. Map screen. The map screen can only be viewed during the story sections. While on the map screen, you can examine a map of the ship's floor plan, which you will acquire over the course of the story. Clicking the green parts of the floor plan will allow you to see a bird's eye view for that room. Okay, great. On the map, on the map, on the map, on the map. I'm the map! I like that people only know that reference from me, like, doing it. I don't think anyone, maybe no one in chat at all, actually knows the source of that. I mean, it is, like, the map song is from Dora the Explorer, but the singing it really loudly and badly is, like, a specific reference. It's totally a table with a mirror. Ah, yes, you know, that sort of thing is known as a vanity. Were you aware of that, Junpei? Of course, vanity also refers to self-love, conceit, and narcissism. As such, you could say that every day when a woman looks into one of these, she is staring at her own conceit and narcissism. Cool guy. It's weird for a blind man to be so concerned with other people's vanity, I guess? Doesn't that strike you as terribly sad? A check bed? There's usually stuff under pillows. Score plate! Nice! Vasco doesn't know music at all! Rotate! Rotieren das Brecht! Back. Actually, no, I should probably search that. Oh.
What's wrong? You got weird all of a sudden.
Oh man, if I had a nickel for every time someone said that to me, I could buy, like, a copy of the Nonary games on Steam.
I heard something strange.
Something strange?
Ah, well, never mind. It doesn't seem to be anything suspicious. I don't wish to toot my own horn, but my auditory senses are considerably more advanced than those of most humans.
Dear sir, please, toot away.
I notice even the slightest of noises.
Right. Are you gonna tell me you can hear a needle drop from a mile away?
No, but I bet he heard 7 toot in the other room.
No, such a thing would be impossible. However, by listening to the sound of footsteps and breathing, as well as sound echoing off the environment, I can locate most objects.
I really like the choice for the voice actor for Snake. Snake's like a little bit of a weird character. I feel like they're really nailing it.
Oh yeah, that's right. When Clover fell on the big staircase a little while ago, you were at her side immediately. So that was...
Which is particularly impressive when you consider that something similar happened to Junpei and Akane, and he did not succeed. He failed that skill check.
Yes, I could hear it happening. In fact, I can run quite fast. Certainly as fast as you.
Yeah, Haggis says the voice acting is legit very good. Though I wish he said Colonel more. That's a fair point. I understand why you feel that way. But is worth noting, there's a couple people who joined after the beginning of the stream where I talked a little bit about this. This is essentially a remaster of the original game, which was released on the Nintendo DS. And the original game did not have any voice acting, so the voice acting is all completely new to me. But, yeah, I was aware that they had added it, and... I mean, so far, I have no qualms about any of the choices. I kind of thought they were going to get a throwaway for Ninth Man, because, you know, he exploded.
And should someone attempt to start a fight with me, I am quite confident that I could defeat them.
Oh, really?
You don't believe me, do you? Care to give it a try?
That seems very productive.
I must warn you, you'll no doubt regret it. Well, I suppose that's enough playing around. Let's resume our search, shall we?
I don't recall why that comes up at that time. The white desk feels kind of fancy. Oh, I pressed the wrong buttons. Apparently I can do this. Pew pew! Alright. Multiple doors. Oh, I'm all disoriented because I don't have the secondary map screen to sort my life out. Well, the sink's clean. Any water? Nothing's coming out. We've got the faucet on all the way, but I can't hear anything. The bathtub is full of water. Is there ash or something in this water? It's kind of gray. Let's just pull the plug. No, hold on. Maybe we can, I don't know, use it for something? Use it for something? Something's bothering Seven. Maybe I'll hold off on pulling the plug for the moment. And there we are in the mirror. What a pair. A college kid and a terrifying giant of a man in a beanie. Stuck in a cramped bathroom. With this beast of a man. What would my parents say? Huh? Something wrong, Junpei? You looked real sad all of a sudden. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, I think we just only get the one view and we can't do anything there yet. Ah, yes. The other door in this room was what I was trying to find. This safe is locked. It's one of those dial locks. Doesn't have a key, we just need to get the dials in the right place and it'll open. Did you find anything, Seven? No, I just came in to deliver that exposition. How about you, Snake? I also found nothing. A leather suitcase. There's nothing inside. I can tell by the weight and it makes no noise when shaken. I was gonna say it would have taken up a lot of space on a DS cartridge. You betcha it would have. But no. As I was saying before, this game is pretty old now. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what year 999 came out, but like, it's probably like either like early 2010s or like late 2000s. Okay, same thing there. Can't really. It's a safe with the dialogue. We won't be able to open it unless we know the right numbers. Ah, here we go. Score plate C. I sure don't know music at all. Oh yeah, I didn't, Yes, well, this feels like it's glass. Rectangle of glass. Transparent, I assume? I can feel something printed on the surface. What is it? Sheet of music with some C notes on it. And then... feels like glass. Rectangular plate. Something written on it. Yeah, A notes. Just A's? Yeah, that's it. Kind of weird, huh? keep pressing the wrong buttons. Mostly because I have my hand positioned to WASD and it's not WASD. These aren't anything, right? It's a light switch. Nothing happens when I press it. Very good. It's a heavy piece of paper that's been folded in half. It has SCORE printed on the front of it. Score? That's gotta mean a musical score. If that's true, then the score we just found is probably in here. At least at some point. Guess you put sheet music on it. We could, but we only have A's and C's. Lights on the wall. Some sort of antique desk. Makes sense though, I guess. This whole room's full of antiques. You could get a nice handful of cash for all this stuff in here. That you could, I guess. Oh, look at that! That's fun. Here's an iron grate in front of the fireplace. There's something behind it. No further information, huh? Well... This couch looks like it's big enough for 3 people. Looks perfect for me. What? Perfect for an elegant gentleman like myself. Couch looks a lot more elegant. Hey, there's something you aren't saying. Never mind. Ah, I get it. You're gonna use this vase, right? That's pretty clever, Junpei. Just gotta fill this thing with water. Search it. Looks like a vase. Maybe you could use that. It's a vase. Which door do I want? Oh, no, not this one. But I'll take the G-notes. Oh, I gotta search it. It's just gonna say it's a glass plate with G-notes on it. Another suitcase. Looks like there's nothing in it. Okay. And here's the bathroom. And now I have to change my items. Whoopsie. Bathtub's full of gross, cloudy water. Alright. Shouldn't be too hard to fill this vase up. Vase filled with water. Search it! Hey, Junpei, what are you doing over there? Only one thing to do now that you got that thing full of water. Come on, what are you waiting for? It's a little amusing to me that the game gives you, like, credit for working that out. Not because it's, like, a super hard puzzle or ooh, a toilet. It's a toilet. Doesn't seem to be anything in the toilet or the tank. It's a good thing that we know we all pooped earlier. Nothing strange going on here. Not yet. But it's just funny to me that, like, the game's like, oh, so you figured out what you need the water for. It'd be really funny if someone was like, yeah, it's definitely gonna fill the vase with water and use it to put out the fire. Alright, time to put this fire out. About time, buddy, let's do it. Here we go! Good job. Another success. That fire didn't stand a chance. Alright, I'll just pull this out now. I don't want to get burned, so let's pull down the sleeves. Ooh, look at that score plate that doesn't have notes on it or nothing. It's a ceramic plate of some kind. Looks like a blank sheet of music.
Oh.
Do you have to use that toilet, buddy?
Seven. What the hell was that? Are you...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I just felt a little dizzy, that's all. What the hell is wrong with me? First memory loss, now I'm getting dizzy for no reason.
Hold on a second. What was that about memory loss, friend?
Memory loss?
Oh, yeah. I guess I didn't tell you, huh?
I guess I very specifically didn't tell you about my memory loss.
I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up. Didn't realize I hadn't told you.
Whoa, wait a minute. You're talking about amnesia, right?
Thanks for that one, buddy. Really needed you to help connect those dots.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, why are you an amnesiac? What happened to you?
I mean, feels like kind of a trick question, right? Yeah, it's funny, he says, I forgot. Like, when you ask someone, like, why do you have amnesia? It's like, isn't that definitely the answer you expect to get? You might get a different answer, but, like, you expect to get that answer, don't you?
If I knew that, I wouldn't really be one, would I?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Are you telling the truth?
Huh?
Well, you look pretty calm for somebody who doesn't remember anything. if you've really got amnesia, shouldn't you be, like, upset or confused or something?
I mean, I feel like we're all pretty upset and confused or something.
Well, sure. I mean, I was pretty confused when I woke up down on D-Deck, but that was a while ago. I've had some time to get used to it. After a while, I figured it wasn't worth the trouble of worrying about it.
Boy, I sure wish I had that skill.
After all, why worry about something I can't change? Well, people usually don't stay amnesiacs forever. I figure it'll work itself out eventually.
At least not on TV with all that highly convenient amnesia.
That's it?
That's it. Alright, that's enough talking for now. Let's get back to work.
How are you fine with something like that?
So does it want me to connect stuff in inventory or just put this down? It's a score. I guess you put sheet music on it. Alright, let's try the thing. Combine. Bam. I feel like I'm missing one, but I don't honestly specifically know. Pretty much done this room, right? There's lights, there's the fireplace, there's like nothing else there probably. It's a chair! Hey Junpei, where you going? Didn't we come out of that door? No point going back there. All that's out there is a locked number door and an air quotes corpse. Yeah. Somebody spent a lot of time carving the legs of this chick. It'll snap like a twig if Seven sits on it, though. Mind your own business. Okay. So this is that room, and this takes us to the hallway. This is the toilet, this is the... Oh. Now that we've done that, will the game let me pull plug? Let's plug on the end of the chain. Alright, why don't we just drain the water? Yeah, good plan. Alright, where's that thing? Good tug ought to be enough to get it out. Huh? Ah. Score plate D! There's nothing in the bathtub anymore. Hate when that happens. An upright piano. From the feel of the wood, it must be quite old. Honestly, don't remember. I mean, I think I need them for something in here. I don't know why there's the score thing in the other room that says score pieces go here off the top of my head. Seems like as good a place as any to put all this music we found. Just gotta put the ceramic plate on bottom. And then stack the glass plates on top of it. Alright, good. Sweet. Now I can play the music. Junpei, would you be so kind as to play the piano? I am unable to, you see. I'm sure I needn't tell you, but the keys on this piano are not what you might expect them to be. C won't be C, D won't be D, and so forth. You must listen carefully to determine which keys to strike. Do you understand? No. Alright, let's give it a shot. Let me tell you something. Vasco doesn't know stuff about music. Is this the right note? Hey, anyone who knows stuff about music in chat, is this the one? This is my favorite note. It's gonna be a memory game with Vasco, and it's gonna go badly. So 1, 2, 3, and then like probably this? No. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the first note again. And then this is the third note. And then this is the second note. And then this is the... No, I goofed it. Yeah, I did goof that. So this is... First, third, second, And then first again. And then second, first. I don't know what that one is. I haven't done that one. Ah, crumbs. Wait, have I done that one? Oh, I have. That's fourth note. Consarn it. First, third, second, first. Second, first. Third. Fourth. Third. Second, first. Hooray! God, I'm so bad at music. So bad. Yeah, that's the right note, right? For sure. Gasark says, if you get this right, does it open the passage to the Horinstug? Yeah, probably. I mean, he gives us about as much information. It's like the notes are wrong, so don't use actual piano knowledge so that Vasco doesn't feel bad about it. I prefer this implementation. Demolition says, out of curiosity, where did you pick up use of crumbs? Have no idea. Could not answer that question for you. I've heard people say it. It's a thing I've internalized that's not a swear. I know I can tell you where I picked up Jeepers from. That's recent. The CEO of the Glass Cannon podcast says Jeepers a lot, which is surprising because he has, like, a completely foul mouth, but says Jeepers frequently. And we're done. Music is not my forte. Wait! What was that noise? I thought for a second he noticed his own pun, but no. Junpei, we did it! Looks like it worked. I heard something unlock over by the exit. Let's go! Good plan. No, I for some reason rarely remember the details of this particular escape room, and it's a lot easier than I remember, let's be honest. That took like none time. Stand, bow, be seated. Well, I guess he hasn't forgotten that. At least Snake thinks it's funny. Ha 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 ha. Yes, I suppose that was the classroom bell, wasn't it? I don't imagine that's what Zero was thinking of, however. No, Zero almost certainly meant to suggest Westminster, not middle school. Westminster? The palace in London that plays host these days to the Houses of Parliament. You've heard Big Ben, the famous clock tower, yes? Big Ben plays that very collection of notes on the hour. London, the capital of England, huh? At any rate, the door's now unlocked. Let's leave this place immediately. Let us, in fact, blow this popsicle stand as it were. Maggie says that's what my grandfather's clock sounded like. Yeah, I mean, it's, as they sort of imply, it's a fairly common series of notes, but asking Vasco to play music is like asking a single monkey to write Shakespeare with a typewriter. Like, eventually, statistically, it will happen, but it's not gonna be pretty, and it's gonna take a while. Alright, let's go! You found it!
Another hallway?
I love hallways. Hallway simulator all day, son!
That should do it.
What's he up to?
I was just putting one of those plates in there. It ought to keep the door from locking again. Now we can come back here anytime we want, right?
Ah, why would you want to come back here?
You know, I really just enjoyed the scenic view at the entrance to this whole scenario. I thought maybe I'd go pay a visit to our good friend Deadman.
I might like to play a little piano.
Piano?
Come on, let's get moving. We aren't out of this yet.
Well then?
Can't say I could ever imagine Seven playing the piano.
The jellyfish of
I
thoughts!
couldn't use the piano in there anyway. The keyboard's a mess. But why would he want to leave the door unlocked then?
Man, what a great prank that would be, right? You get, like, a piano where all the keys are wrong, and then, like, you teach your kid to be, like, a prodigy at playing the broken piano, and then, like, they go to do a recital on a normal piano, and it's just hot garbage. It's, like, a really long con whose purpose is solely to just, like, absolutely demolish your child's self-esteem. But, like, man, the commitment, you know?
I have no clue.
Hey, wait for me! Whoa, a metal grate?
God, I just love the soundtrack to this game so much. So much do I love the soundtrack to this game. Just like every new scene, I'm like, yeah, I'm playing Zero Escape, get wrecked, universe.
Why is this thing... Figures.
Are those elevators over there?
No way to know if they're working or not from here.
Oh, there's a door just to the left of this grate. Sounds like it's locked.
Yep. Stairs leading down.
They're blocked by the grate, though.
But this here seems accessible.
So we can open it?
Nah, I think it's locked too. Look.
What's this mark? The female symbol.
Ah, the Venus symbol, I imagine. Do you recall the similar symbols near the large central stairway?
God, he really I'm just really impressed with the Snake voice actor in particular. Snake is just like, I don't know, Snake's always struck me as this just like eccentric in a really specific way kind of character, and I, like, in my head, I never could quite picture what the personality, like what the inflection was supposed to come across, but like, this guy got it.
They reference many of the solar bodies.
Oh, that's right. The Sun, Saturn, and Earth.
So, as you can see, that one is likely.
Not the woman symbol, but a Venus symbol.
So I assume.
I mean, in fairness, same symbol. Just different context.
Where's 7? Ah, there he is. Down that hallway. This way, Snake. Follow me. I wonder if this door will...
How about that? It opens.
Well, that's new and refreshing.
Oh, wow. Is this some kind of casino?
Sure looks like one.
Well, this is troubling. It seems we are once again locked in.
Even if that door was open, it's not like we had anywhere to go that way.
So we must find another exit then.
All right, guys, let's split up and search this room. Come on, no dawdling. Let's go. Quickly now.
Well, that turned around quite quickly. Seek a way out. If I remember correctly, and I probably don't, I think the naming convention for all of the puzzle room songs just matters as to, like, how many you've done in sequence. So I think this would be tertiary or ternary game? But that might also not be entirely correct. Tables. A card. Love me some cards. 5? What could the 5 mean? Can you tell I'm having much too much fun being able to do this? This is much harder to do on the DS. The 5 of spades! Square poker table, but there's nothing on it. That square table looks like a mahjong table. Do you play mahjong 7? Maybe. I don't remember exactly, but I do remember a couple of hands and some of the rules, so figure I must have played at some point. Excellent. Once we've vacated this vessel, I should like to play a game with you. A game where you will put your life on the line. Can you, play? As long as you tell me which tiles I'm eliminating, yes. I believe I have at least enough skill to defeat an amateur. However, I must ask you to remove the red tiles when we play. I don't know what that means. Check out that stained glass. How beautiful. What? Huh? Stained glass is colored pieces of glass placed together in a frame. As I've said many times before, I need only touch it to... I can at least discern the basic structure. Let's look over here. Ooh, got that 3 of spades! Yeah. Riveting commentary.
Ah, Baccarat. You ever played Junpei?
No, never.
Alright then, how about I explain the rules to you a bit? See, Baccarat is kind of an unusual game. You've got the banker and the player. The whole point is that you guess which one's gonna win, and whether the banker or the player wins, it all depends on their hands. The way each hand works is different from other games too. See, you take the number from the ones place after you add up the value of all your cards. Whoever gets the number closest to 9 wins. If your number is smaller than your opponent's, you lose.
There's that number again. 9.
And that's it. That's the explanation. Got it? Well, actually, there's a lot more to it. Strategy, details, that sort of stuff. But what I just told you sums up the core of the game pretty well. The single digit of the sum of all the cards you have. The strongest hand is a 9, and the weakest hand is a 0. You just ignore the number in the 10 spot. Do you get it?
Yeah. Well, maybe half of it. Enough. I got a chance at winning the game if I played now.
However, we have no way of knowing if the puzzle in the Baccarat table makes use of those rules, and if it does, in what manner.
Then I guess we try everything.
I only have 2 cards so far. Granted, they do add up to 8, so it's not terrible. We could sure try. Hey, 7, are we really supposed to play Baccarat? It's a Baccarat table. What else would we do? Stop worrying about it. It's real simple. What's the opponent's hand? There's an 8 in that glass case. Alright then, that's your opponent's number. If that's the case, what 3 cards do we need to get that number? 3 cards. There are a couple indentations with white lines around them, right? Those mean we gotta put down 3 cards. So, place 3 cards here and defeat the opponent's 8. That's what I gotta do, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Something tells me those aren't the only rules. Alright, let's give it a shoot. Before I start, I better make sure I got the rules straight. 3 empty indentations, pick a card and play it. Figure if I put them in the right spot, something ought to happen. Let's give it a try. I mean, I don't have the right... I'm gonna tie at best. Ooh, a card. There's something on the counter. Looks like a card. A playing card? 7! Nice. And another card. Ooh, the 4 of spades. A whole lot of glasses on that shelf. Doesn't look like there's anything else back there, though. Counter's pretty well polished. Nope. Chandelier is hanging chandelier-like from the seat. And I can't take a closer look at the wine rack thing, so I should stop clicking over here. Hey, look at some weird stuff. Ooh, and a card. Didn't think I'd find a card here. You, sir, haven't watched enough Yu-Gi-Oh! You'll find cards everywhere. This one's a 6 of spades. There's a weird-looking thing floating in there. Ooh-voo! Wait, when those 2 lights turned on, I heard something from the bottom of the fireplace. Club, diamond, heart, huh? I heard something down there. Coin bag! What did you call me? There are a whole bunch of coins stuffed into this velour bag. Look at all these coins. Perhaps these coins will allow us to convince the machines to move. Sure. Haven't really taken a look at the machines yet. Well, I had what I wanted, and I clicked for some completely unknown reason. Alright, let's put a coin from the bag in here. What happened? Well, to be honest, I don't know. I pressed some of the buttons and smacked the machine once or twice, but nothing happened. Oh, looks like the coin got stuck. Oh dear. Coins are stuck. Don't think this machine's gonna work anymore. Well, farts. How about that far machine, though? Junpei, perhaps you should be more careful in the future. You got the coin stuck in the machine on the left. Please don't make the same mistake again. That would be bad. I know that. It'll be fine. Jerk, I'll put this coin in the slot and show him. That's weird. Do you intend to lock us in here? It's not my fault. The coin just got stuck all on its own. Oh boy. Okay. How about that middle one? Come on, I only need one of you. Alright, so it was Clover, Diamond, Heart, right? Surprisingly, the master number wasn't 999. 777! Yes! 777! And I think I hear something unlocking in there. Impressive, Junpei. It would appear to be unlocked now. There's something akin to a drawer on the bottom part of this machine, yes? That is a pickup drawer for dividend. What an absurd way to say that. By the way, in case you didn't follow that, I just pressed the buttons on the machine in the order presented by the lights when projecting on that wall you looked at before we got them coins. And if you do that, it makes sure that you get 777 and you get your dividend! Probably the lock open. Open it if you would. Give to me this card. What is it? Is there something in there? Yeah, playing card. And this! A key with the Venus symbol on it. Excellent, Junpei. Now we'll be able to open the gate. Then we just need to figure out how to get out of this room. Correct. Come on, Junpei, hurry up. And he's off. There's a playing card and a Venus key. Better put the key in my pocket for later. As for the card, picked it up and put it in my purse. Neat. Alright. Oh, what the? That's weird. Let's go over here, I guess. What cards do I have? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. It's a pretty good spread. I don't have the 8 I presume I would need to reach goal 9 when added to ace. So this is separate. Imagine we can play Baccarat now. Do it. Before I start Baccarat, play cards and make 9. Okay, so to get 9 I want 9 or 19, I guess? I could do 2, 3, 4. Neat! I got 8! Alright, if I just put down these 3 cards. Yes! Open for me! Great, you did it, Junpei. Think it's telling us to take the 8 card? Come on, let's grab it. Come on and slam. Neat, I got an 8. And I think I know what to do with it now. No, the arrow is suspiciously close. Do this, press arrow, look at thing. I think I have 8 still equipped. Here's the card slot. Looks like we need to put a playing card in there. Let's give it a shot. 8. God, what a horrible noise. Alright, it opened up. Seems we have another device to contend with, yes? There are 3 slots in this one. Okay. Let's see. 3 slots for cards. There's a 9 right below them. So that probably means we gotta make 9 with the 3 cards we put in the slots, right? Just like we did over at the Baccarat table? Alright, let's give it a shot. Well, all we have left is 5 plus 6 is 11, plus 7 is 18. Luckily, the digital root of those numbers is 9, and we're playing the nonary game, so, like, maybe? Maybe? It's a really weird way to enter cards. Alright, so I put all the cards we had left into the slots. What happens now? Is that... Yes, I did hear something from the exit. Excellent work, Junpei. Wonderful. Seems the exit is unlocked. Let's go. Alright, let's go! You found it! Also, our elevator hit the correct floor, whatever that dinging
This
means.
way. The keyhole with the Venus symbol. The Venus key should work here. It sounds like it did. All right, let's get this thing open.
No problem. Let me help with this one.
Sorry, clicked off the thing.
It sounds as though you have opened it. We should be able to reach C deck now, I imagine.
Snake, are you gonna be all right? I mean, the stairs.
It's fine, because I got, like, daredevil senses. Don't worry about it. Neko, I feel like that's what's called as a reverse Freudian slip. When you keep hearing them talk about the Venus key and you're hearing something different. Probably to get speakers for the PC. Yeah, about that. My PC does not have that. I got headphones and I got TV. That's what I got. Listen, my rig's a mess. Don't ask any questions.
Please, do not do yourself the embarrassment of underestimating me. I would be unlikely to trip even if I were running backwards.
I do love that statement. Don't do me
Good
the
to hear.
embarrassment of
Let's
underestimating me.
Everything looks okay here.
We should check the next deck down, just in case.
Just what I thought. D-deck is completely underwater.
Get wet.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
I mean, it makes sense, right? If D-Deck is entirely flooded, whether it's controlled or not, the entirety of D-Deck is flooded. It's not all that surprising, right?
I'm just glad the water level hasn't changed much.
Back to the C deck then.
Now, how about we check out what's here?
There are 2 elevators over there, which means it's probably the same upstairs.
There's a card reader between them. And another weird mark.
Hey, check it out. It's the symbol for Lotus.
Well, I see you, Angel. You're not seeing other people in chat? People are being a little quiet tonight. I think that's because they're just following along. Either that or they hate all of my life decisions and are upset with me for forcing this game upon them. And to those people, I say, I don't really care. This game's really good.
What?
See? It's got the woman symbol, and then it's got the devil horns, right?
Oh man, I'm such a cool guy.
Yeah, I see it. No 2 ways about it. That was a pretty good one, kid.
Oh, would you watch it, man? Woo.
What are you
Bones!
talking about? The human body ain't that weak.
Mine is, my organs.
Maybe this'll toughen you up, huh?
If we were looking for a devil, we've got one right here.
This is a Mercury symbol. The marks you mistook for horns are a stylized version of the wings and staff of Hermes.
I thought they were supposed to represent the computer visor that Sailor Mercury uses,
Wings
no?
and a staff. Huh. So then, she beats you with the staff until you die and go to heaven.
I believe that's correct. Little rough on my Roman mythology, but I think that's correct.
Sounds like Lotus, all right. 7. Oh, that's too much. Oh, my head. Oh, I think I'm gonna puke.
Still not gonna get rid of your gut bomb, bro.
Unless we can activate this device, I doubt the elevator will function.
In other words, we gotta find a key card with a Mercury symbol on it.
So I would assume.
Let's forget the elevators for right now. How about that hallway to the left?
Whoa, there's a bunch of doors.
Ah, shit. We're not gonna have enough time to check all these, are we?
Maybe we can come back here later. We should check out the other side.
You know, we might have more time to check these out if we hadn't spent an hour and a half accomplishing essentially nothing at the start of this experience, but sure, yeah,
Let's head back.
To the right this time.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them up, starting with the closest one there.
Okay, I'm on it. Huh, it isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
This is, for some reason, this is like a theme in the nonary games, is like announcing that you're going to open a door instead of just opening it. Eventually the game figures out that it's doing it and gets weird about it, but like, it is just sort of a weird idea. Because like someone was like, the next step is that we should open the doors, and he's like, oh, it's unlocked. I'm warning you all, I'm going to open it. Do you see what I see? Not one, not two, but 3 numbered doors.
Hey, what is this place? It's so huge and empty.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
Is this a hospital? The harsh scent in the air is reminiscent of antiseptic solution.
No, sorry, that was just me. The colon bomb's not sitting well with me.
I think so. There are shelves in the center of the room with medicine and surgical tools.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end. The left door says 3. The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Hey, why is that door between 3 and 7 blank? Does that mean anything?
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yeah, good idea.
Is it? Is that a good idea? I mean, we already know what the digital root of our watches are, and we also know that, like, fewer than 3 people can't go into a room. So since we don't have a second number 5 door, we can't really go anywhere, can we? I mean, it's worth trying the one that doesn't have a number on it to see if it will physically open. But, like,
Yep,
it's pretty safe.
Just like I thought.
It's pretty safe to assume the numbered doors won't open like that. It feels like the whole point of having numbered doors and all the contraptions to arm and disarm bombs is so that, like, you can't just open them.
Naturally. After all, there are rules to the nonary game, and to allow these doors to open easily would violate those rules.
True, that's true.
Unless we can authenticate ourselves with the red, the numbered doors will...
Whoa, check this out. Look at the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Don't you remember the red back at the main staircase? If there wasn't anyone in it, it said vacant on the little screen, remember?
That's why we were able to make that poop joke about it being occupied before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But this one...
There's nothing.
Right? You think it's broken?
Only one way to find out.
Man, how awkward would that be, right? Like, I've had my share of, like, technical difficulties while streaming that are, like, embarrassing and all that. Like, that's all fine and good. But, like, imagine if, like, Jigsaw was, like, running some, like, deadly game scenario, and he's like, haha, next you must take the saw and, you know, do something upsetting with it. And then you sort of look around and you're like, hey, I'm sorry, what saw? Isn't there like a saw? It should be by like your left foot. Nah, man, there's no saw here. Boy, that's awkward. Would you mind just closing your eyes for a second? And then just like a door opens at the far side of the room and a saw just gets slid all the way across. I feel like that's something that would happen if I actually tried to orchestrate like a scenario like this. I'd be like, haha, I planned for everything, and it's, you just forgot something simple, man. No beeps. No beeps.
Nothing.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
I didn't think all of them would be malfunctioning.
What does it mean?
They've got to be broken. Man, that bastard. I didn't think Zero was the kind of guy who'd screw around with something like this.
Whoa, Zero's been prepared for everything so far, and you're saying he's gonna make a mistake now?
I mean, we're not even really that far into things. I know that, like, you know, 2 to 3 hours have passed or whatever at this point. But, like, we've only gone through, like, 2 rooms.
Well, that's the only thing I can think of. This thing ain't working at all.
It seems as if some of the internal hardware has been removed.
Internal hardware?
That is what I said. Take a look at the underside of this red, if you please.
The bottom? Huh, there's a thin slot here. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
I do believe that's what I just said.
The other 2 reds are the same. Something's been removed from all 3 of them.
I get it. So the reds aren't working because somebody pulled out their guts.
So I assume.
But why? And who? I mean, it really doesn't make sense.
I have no idea. Why on earth would I know something like that?
I don't know, man.
Oh, what now? June!
Well, would you look at that?
Ace, Santa, Clover, and Lotus.
The whole gang's here, except for that one guy who's dead. We're basically Aperture Science right now.
Guess everyone's here.
What are you guys doing?
Why are you...
That's my line?
Perhaps we should exchange information.
It's implied that we exchanged information.
And that's what we know.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
What about that big hallway? Maybe there's somewhere in there we might be able to go.
No, there's nothing there. The 5 of us had a quick look. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
You mean all those doors are for hospital rooms?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
Hey, you remember that part on the Titanic where there were like 5 cathedrals filled with hospital beds? I don't either. Seems kind of weird, right?
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
It had one of those solar system mark things on it.
It was the Jupiter symbol.
Jupiter.
I wonder what it means.
It stands for Jupiter.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship. Chances are it's the Gigantic.
The Gigantic, you say? Well, isn't that interesting? Someone happened to mention that before, huh?
The Gigantic?
What is this gigantic?
The Gigantic. She was a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century. Actually, the Titanic had 2 sister ships, and they looked exactly the same. The Gigantic was said to be one of them.
The other was the Santa Maria, right?
They intended to make her a passenger liner like the Titanic, but World War I began soon after the ship launched. The British Navy took her over and made her a hospital ship. At some point during the war, the Gigantic was damaged by a German mine in the Aegean Sea. She ran aground afterwards, so she didn't end up sunk. What happened to her after that? One theory going around is that a man named Lord Gourdane bought her. Seemed like he'd been one of the few to survive the Titanic sinking. That trauma turned him into some kind of obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic.
That's a normal way to work out your trauma, is to buy an entire replica of the ship that sank and gave you the trauma.
Soon enough, the guy wanted the Titanic itself.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm right about this, Ice Bunny. I think Christopher Columbus's 3 ships were the Titanic, the Gigantic, and the Santa Maria. I think that's correct. He set sail for America in 1912, and then the Titanic sank. I think that's all historically accurate. I'm very good at history. It's definitely not one of my worst subjects at all or anything.
Which was impossible, of course. It's stuck at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. But the Gigantic wasn't. And seeing as she was identical...
So you're saying this Lord Gourdane bought this ship?
Yeah, at least I think I am.
You know it's important because of them brackets. If you haven't figured it out, them brackets are important things.
That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
I mean, we kind of thought we were on the Titanic, didn't we?
Pipe down, just pay attention. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the Gigantic.
How would he have proof of that? What a ridiculous question.
Well, this ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship. So, I just figured...
I mean, it's as close to proof as you're gonna get under the circumstances, I think. It's certainly not conclusive, but I don't feel like it's a ridiculous theory assuming that that information is correct, right?
Oh, for goodness. Don't tell me that's your only reason.
Helpful as always, Miss Lotus.
No, I've got more.
Like?
Well, I mean...
Shut up!
I don't know.
I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Of course, because if he had his memory back, then he would remember all of the reasons why this boat is the gigantic, right? That stands to reason.
Huh. A bell.
It sounds like the clock in the main stairway. 10, 11, 12. Huh, 12.
It's midnight.
Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
I feel like this might be a good place to save for the evening, huh? We've just sort of reestablished the time, and I figure we'll probably make a game plan as to what to do next, and so, you know, it'll probably be a good place to pick up from next time. So why don't we leave it there and hope my buttons are still correct? That's cool. That's only glitching a little bit. How's everybody doing? We're a few hours now into 999. I'm having a good time. I hope you are too. Like I said, I don't want to go like too much into anything that might be a spoiler for you all. But I'm totally happy to have people in chat sort of theory crafting and whatnot. I mean, it's, I'll say this. It had been my plan since the start of this year to play 999. It ended up working out particularly well in my mind because we finished playing Nirvana Initiative like last Saturday, meaning that we would be able to start a new game on 9.9, and this was when I had hoped to start the game, so that on the one hand worked out. And then also, of course, unbeknownst to me at the time, a bonus you unlock at the end of Nirvana Initiative is essentially a reproduction of the first escape room from 999. So, like, it sort of was a secret teaser for what I had already planned to do next. Yeah, I like this game a lot. Love the soundtrack. There's other things I love about this game that it's definitely way too early to talk about, but I guess I'll say this. It's probably not the case that everyone will end up liking all of the characters in the game, but I feel like all of the characters are sort of like well developed. So, you know, they're real characters, and whether you like them or not, they're like good characters. Agus says, I've been enjoying this. I've never seen an honorary game that you didn't hate before. Well, that's not true. I understand your meaning. But another one of the reasons, like, obviously someday I had intended to play this game because I know a lot of my viewers aren't already familiar with it, and it's a game that I like quite a lot, so streaming it makes a lot of sense. But, like, another thing is that, you know, I've sort of committed myself to playing all these games that are released that Kotaro Uchikoshi, like, worked on. And after, you know, playing 2 Somnium Files and a World's End Club on stream and, like, none of his good games, I felt like there was not an explicit question from chat, but, like, a well-reasoned question, an unspoken question that was like, why would you do this? And I hope that by playing this game, eventually, it will sort of answer for itself. Because, yeah, I like this game quite a lot. And again, I will say now, and I already said it once, this game is not without its flaws. And the second game in the series, which is my favorite, certainly not without its flaws. But I'm looking forward to playing that one in particular, because I hope that it will underscore the fact that I feel like you all are probably most familiar with me being really hard on games, and I don't think that that's just, like, universally true about me. I think that if, like, for example, like, if either one of the Somnium Files games, if the gameplay by itself was just so good and the story was, like, meh, then, like, I'd still probably think it was, like, a good game. but the gameplay segments are like kind of wildly inconsistent, and then the stories take some big swings that they don't necessarily deliver on, in my opinion. And so like, because like both of the main things I would evaluate the game on are disappointing, I end up being frustrated with it. That's not to say that a game has to be perfect for me to like it. So yeah, we'll see how that all plays out, and I'm excited to see what people's thoughts are, whether they're theories on things that are going to happen, like who Zero is, like why any particular thing's going on, that sort of stuff. Just thought it was the channel brand. I mean, I'm not saying it's not that, but I guess the distinction that I would like to make is that it's not just that I hate everything and can never be satisfied, even though it would be reasonable to assume that both from watching me stream and also knowing me in real life. But I like to think that I personally think, and I'm biased and you might disagree, but I personally think that the thing is that I like adventure games and narrative games as a genre. And they have sort of a sordid history of, you know, adventure games from like the 90s and beyond are often known for what's called moon logic, which is like the only way to solve certain inventory puzzles is to either try every object on every other object or to like divine the correct answer from the spirits using tea leaves or something. Like you just like a normal rational person wouldn't be able to solve a puzzle structured that way. And then, you know, visual novel games, they have their own weaknesses of, you know, being really story heavy and not necessarily having any gameplay or having kind of sketchy gameplay. And, you know, sometimes just the structure of trying to tell a non-linear story in a linear way doesn't mesh up right. And so, like, you know, that can lead to stuff like Nirvana Initiative. And we will talk more about that. We will continue to talk a lot about Nirvana Initiative. I have many feelings about that game. Kesslark says, you've talked about World's End Club. How bad is it? Objectively speaking, it might be the worst one of them. It might be the worst. So let me clarify this. We will eventually play Zero Time Dilemma on stream, and boy, will you get that classic Vasco rage at like every moment of that game. I've talked a lot in the past about Zero Time Dilemma and how much I hate it. It is probably the game that I hate the most. It's not the worst game. It's not even really close to the worst game. It's the worst game for me for specific reasons that it's probably still too early to talk about. World's End Club, honestly, like, its gameplay is super janky, and its controls generally feel unresponsive to the point of possibly being unfinished. Its narrative, like, novels sections are way too long. And there's, like, way too many characters who are always trying to talk in every scene all the time. And what's worse is that all of those characters are unlikable. Almost every single character in the game is unlikable. But they ask you to endure, like, this massive cast of idiots constantly blathering on. And, like, if you streamlined the absolute heck out of that story, it would be, like, disappointing. But the game is like 5 times longer than it should be. And that might honestly be like a conservative estimate. The game is much, 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 much too long. I mean, Nirvana Initiative's problem, Demolition, is similar to Zero Time Dilemmas, is that it has more potential than is realized. The Nirvana Initiative story is worse than World's End Club. Nirvana Initiative story in general might be the worst story, but the worst game is it probably has to be World's End Club. Now, granted, there are, I believe, 3, possibly more, Uchikoshi games that I still haven't played. I'm familiar with one of them. It is another trilogy of games. They are even older than 999, and as a result are even rougher around the edges, we'll say. Someday I might play those on stream. I'm not even sure how easy it is to access those, to be honest. And also, I don't know if it will honestly be that interesting, but I'll consider it. But yeah, I think that's what I would say is just to sort of categorize, because it's the topic of conversation here. The game I hate most is Zero Time Dilemma. The worst Uchikoshi story I think is probably Nirvana Initiative. And the worst game is probably World's End Club. It has about like 3 hours of good game, and like cobbles together through the rest of its runtime a few additional hours worth of interesting things here and there. But frankly, overall, it's a GD mess. It's super bad. But yeah, I imagine it's probably a little bit early to start answering questions about anything in the game. We're still sort of in the discovery phase of what's going on and all that. Like I said, I'm interested to hear people's theories at any points, but I imagine that might take a little bit of time to build up to as well. Now, frankly, at this moment, I don't know what I'm going to stream tomorrow, so I'm going to need to figure that out. It might end up being like a placeholder, like Dwarf Romantic Day or something, because there'd been some interest in that, and I spent a lot of time trying to like set stuff up and didn't really have time to like fully sort out that whole issue. But we'll stream something tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. But for now, there's one last thing to do before we complete the stream, and that is to locate the secret Squirtle. Somewhere on the couch behind me, I've hidden a Squirtle. Keep in mind that if you can see a Squirtle, that one's not a secret. Other than that, everything is pretty much fair game. I tend not to do the fourth wall breaking things that Demolition sometimes likes to guess. But keep in mind that if you are able to locate the secret Squirtle, it'll be an omen of good luck for you in the week to come, which I'm sure is very exciting for all of us. I know I could use some good luck. It's not been Rafiq's finest hour. So everyone take a moment, if you wish, to consider where the Squirtle might be hiding, and I will gather up the guesses and we'll take a look together after I enjoy some of this 100% juice apple. I do hope people are enjoying this. I like this game quite a lot. And I think it is also important, for various reasons, to play something that I consider a good game on the channel from time to time. We've done, like, definitely a vast majority of things that aren't what I would necessarily call good games on this channel. But I still have respect and appreciation for a lot of them. I mean, even like Nirvana Initiative, like, a lot of work went into that game. Do I wish that it had a better result? Yes, I do wish that. But, you know, it's still an interesting product. I don't regret playing it, but I don't exactly recommend it. Alright, let's gather up these guesses. Right, Catalog, or call the convenient 900 number to get solutions to those adventure game puzzles. It was sort of a business model, even though I don't think it was intended as such at first, but, like, it definitely worked that way. Alright, Squirtle under Hollow Knight. Squirtle behind Emoji Pillow. Behind Lobster Friend. And behind Pusheen. Alright. Oh, and underneath Pooh. Okay, that's a lot of guesses. Let's see who's right. Wow, it feels weird to have the headphones off. Now I must stand! And I hate it! Ow! How very much, ow. Alright, so, first guess I saw was Hollow Knight, I think. Underneath our good buddy Hollow Knight lurks our mustachioed gentleman narwhal with his difficult-to-make-out monocle. It's there, I promise. Unfortunately, not a Squirtle. Guess behind Emoji Pillow, and also I think a guess under Pooh. Of course, multiple Poohs. Multiple Poohs. And as you might imagine, underneath those Poohs is Pooh's good friend, Eeyore. So squishy. Unfortunately, again, not a Squirtle. Also had a guess behind good lobster friend, Lorenzo. As you may be able to tell from there, Hi, Lorenzo. These are a pair of lovers, Wally and Eva. But regrettably, for all their charm, not a pair of Squirtles. Haggis had guessed behind Pusheen's stage right. There is something hiding back here with our friend Squirtle. This one's not a secret, of course, because you can see him. Hiding there is a small squishy bunny. But alas, also, not a Squirtle. I feel like I got all them guesses, huh? So where do you think that Squirtle might be? Well, I'll tell you. The Squirtle is hiding underneath our clawsome friend Carlos. That is the location of our secret Squirtle. You know, after that stupid joke about, like, Zero forgetting to complete his puzzles and then thinking about, like, an evil mastermind doing that, it only just occurred to me that I've never accidentally not hidden a Squirtle, which is something that could definitely happen. There have been a couple of times, I think, when it came to reveal the secret Squirtle and I had to check. I don't think I ever made it obvious that I was doing that. It was like, where did I put it? Oh, right. But yes, thanks to everybody for playing along and for watching this stream. It's very important to me. I was really excited for this one. I'm glad some people came out, and I do hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. As I said, I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll figure out what that means. And, I think there's a good chance we'll do some kind of filler tomorrow. And then it'll give us a chance to talk more in depth about what to play leading up to Halloween. I kind of have a vague idea of what I want the schedule to look like, but, it'll be good to get some community input. In the meantime, everybody have a great night, great evening, and great time until I see you again. And stay safe and take care. I hope I will see you soon.